What's up, guys? What's up, guys? This is Super Mike 2164. We're just going through something real quick. I just wanted to go into a general talk today. So right now, I'm just going to start it off. And what we're doing here is today, make sure you guys press the thumbs up, share the button. Now I'm going to drop the link because you'll be able to come up whenever you're ready. And let me go here to YouTube. I'll drop it right there. And then I'm going to go over to the Facebook spots. And we'll drop it here on Facebook. What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I just wanted to have a general conversation. It's a lot going on. There's a lot of misinformation. Misinformation, a lot of times it comes from official sources. So you got to realize, it's kind of dangerous out here nowadays. It's pretty dangerous. Yeah, it's pretty dangerous out here, but we can talk about it. And really, I kind of want to focus on some of this stuff here. We went to, let's see. So those are the links I just dropped. course, we had the Alabama brawl, the Battle of Alabama, Montgomery. We got that situation, which, is important because it's a development for the people. But these are type of things that we got to continue to look for, because we have a lot of levels of different folks or different entities that we're really fighting. And this level of entity, even though we have to deal with them, the real enemy is the one that controls them. Now, a lot of us are actually, whether we know it or not, or whether we're homeless or not, or have it or not, we're controlled using money. What's up? What's up, guys? You're controlled using money. What's up? Yeah, look at that face. Yeah, you couldn't, But the point is the times are changing. These people have to learn a different lesson. The lesson is you can't just go, messing with Black folks the way they used to be able to, because our time has changed. It's a different time. It's a different circumstance. And our numbers are different. Our mentality is different. And believe it or not, that represents progress. This is why the Stop to Woke, agenda is really to stop the Black people awakening, and which is not going to happen. Because as we awake, what's going to happen is the world changes. We start to become aware of certain stuff. It's not as easy to. Frederick Douglass told you, education makes a man unfit to be a slave. This is why they had laws against Black people reading. This is why they had laws against educating Black people, because they knew once you got basic, true education, not misinformation and indoctrination just in that school, but actual education, you looked at them differently. You was not satisfied now being a slave to somebody who you knew you were smarter or better than. They had to continue to misinform us to make sure that we thought we were less than.
Very porous places, and so it's really an acute problem in a certain number of places, and we've got to make sure that we help out with the tools now so that they don't have an impossible situation later. The problem is that the population is growing the fastest in the very porous places, and so it's really an acute problem in a certain number of places, and we've got to make sure that we help out with the tools now so that they don't have an impossible situation later. The problem.
So the thing is, when you look at that, if you were not properly educated, you would try. Oh, Bill Gates, he's a billionaire. How smart he is. Maybe I should just listen to him. But that's letting you know there's something wrong. So, these are some of the stuff that we can deal with. Here's another situation.
Y'all.
These are cops right here, destroying everything.
Yep, there they are. They're the undercover cops disguised as protesters, stealing everybody's shit. All the milk, all the supply. Oh, and here come the riot cops to protect them. Oh my gosh. Y'all.
See? So she just, because people are woke, they're able to see simple tricks that will get us. See, trusting.
Oh my God.
See, when people have a protest, the cops have to use their violence to justify them brutalizing the people, so that they can make the appearance that they still have the rule of law going on and that the people were the violent ones. But here you see one of the stupid tactics exposed.
Gosh. Y'all.
These are cops right here, destroying everything.
Yep, there they are. They're the undercover cops disguised as protesters, stealing everybody's shit. All the milk, all the supply. Oh, and here come the riot cops to protect them. Oh my gosh. Y'all.
See that? So that's another issue. And like I said, guys, y'all can come up. You know, the thing is, right now we're just touching base on a few different things. You know, I'm just putting it out there. The
This is
bottom
working for you. This ain't working for
No,
us.
it is. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm a woman. If you were to leave me, I need to be okay. What is the problem?
You need to be a problem. You the self.
What's wrong with you?
Listen, check this out. At the end of the day, you can account
Why?
for that. I work hard and struggling.
I have to make sure I'm good. I can't. I'm not about to argue with you about money.
You are self-
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Everything I've done for us, are you serious? You mad because I'm putting
Everything you done for who? Everything you done for me, I'm the one working. I'm the one putting in the time.
You cannot be for real right now, Keith. Everything I...
This, why do I got a bank statement in the mail with an account that I don't know nothing about?
First of all, don't come in here yelling at me about no account. I have an account to make sure I'm good. That's why the account is there.
Why are you taking money out of the account while I don't know?
You are my husband. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm not. If we were to ever get divorced, I'm not about to be out here with nothing.
We gotta make sure we good. This don't got nothing to do with you sitting taking money out of
Has to
the
do
account that I
with
work hard for.
Do you not work for us? Are we not a family? You want? Don't.
This is working for you. This ain't working for
No,
us.
it is. I have to make sure I'm good. I'm a woman. If you were to leave me, I need to be okay. What is the problem?
You need to be a problem. You the self.
What's wrong with you?
Listen, check this out. At the end of the day, you can account
Why?
for that. I work hard and struggling.
So
Thank you,
have a
sis.
point. Does this woman have a point?
You want? Don't.
This
come
is
in here
working for you. This
That's
ain't working
stealing?
for
No,
us.
it is. I have to make sure.
Is that stealing, or is she got to make sure she's better? She's kind of. Is that just looking at yourself as an individual instead of as a unit, as a married unit? Is it his fault because he didn't peep out that mentality? These are some issues. These are the issues that we're putting up our families under a lot of extra stress out here. So that's what's going on. Like I said, guys, press the thumbs up. Make sure y'all share the message. Let me go over this here. I said I was going to do this last week too. Let me go over this Tulsa portfolio some more. I want to go over this because people are, my brother BMT did a great job when he came on last time. He asked me some questions about how much was certain things. So I wanted to go get some of those answers. Let me make sure. Hold on a second here. Oh, let's see if I'm going to share the screen. Let me get some of these answers here. So this is the funds portfolio video. It says, one of the questions that BMT asked was, where's your money? Where's your money? Okay, so it's saying $13 million was just lost 5 years. Okay, also, I wanted to show this here. Another fund that was the same way. It's called Fundrise. Here we go.
In a world where real estate investing has traditionally been reserved for the elite few, Fundrise is breaking down barriers and bringing real estate investment opportunities to the masses.
So what do you think of my James Earl Jones impression? You like it? Welcome to this review. My name is Seth Williams. I run a website called retipster.com, and this is my 6th year putting together this annual review on my Fundrise investment.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, this man invested in this real estate company. This real estate crowdfund has the exact same rules as Tulsa real estate. But I just want y'all to look at how white people review investments versus the way black folks want to review investments. Okay, keep in mind, Tulsa Real Estate Fund was the first black-owned crowdfund, real estate crowdfund. nobody had done that before. There were no smart, so-called educated black folks who went and put together something like that was regulated and accountable through government regulation. And, so uneducated guy did it. His name is Jay Morrison, but he teaches financial literacy, practical tips and stuff like that. And he actually did that. But, people call it a scam. They don't even understand what the investment is. And I wanted to show another clip. Hold on a second. Shoot. Let me try this here. I'm just showing y'all the screen and everything, because what we're going to do is, I want to get this because this is so important. Black folks, y'all sitting up here, crowdfund. Let's see. Crowd. Let's see if they got it here. Now, when they made this law, let's see here. They made this law. Oh, let me see. To allow you to do crowdfunding. Unaccredited investors. I think, when they did that, they were having a discussion about is it good or not? Let me see. It's part of the Jobs Act. This. Oh. Let's see. We might have to go later and find that. But the point is, let me see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. The point is, they were teaching what investment is. Okay, this is what investment is. You can lose money. But it is also, investment is not just about making money. There's also a level of control that you have with buying something. See, this is another part that Black folks haven't really got into. Is you invest money, you invest also to make money, but also to control assets. It's not always about making the money. And that's what the Tulsa Fund was actually promoted to do. It was promoted to control your own neighborhood, your own communities, by owning it so that people couldn't just sell out. All right, let's see if I can even. There's one conversation I was talking. So I don't know. But the point is, these people review these type of stuff, and they don't just go nuts. So this is let's look at this. And let me actually type in Fundrise. So I just wanted to show y'all. Okay, here it is, I think. So, an opportunistic strategy for income-focused investors. A once-in-a-decade lending environment. Okay, so private credit. So this is the same thing. Fundrise. Why Fundrise invest? Real estate. This is what they do. Calibrated for growth. Multifamily apartments. Okay, 10 U.S. markets. This is what they do. They buy stuff. This fund is what you see when you walk around, when you drive around your neighborhood and you seeing Amazon, you're seeing apartments getting built. This is how this stuff works. The multifamily apartments. This is how they fund this stuff. There's multiple people own this stuff. This thing started at the same time. Now we're going to deal with why is Fundrise more successful than Tulsa? Because it started around the same time. But Fundrise is more successful, not because they're white and they're just only smarter, and that's part of it. So their fund managers were smarter, probably. But it's also because, recently acquired investment size, Integral Union Station. They in California. This is what they know. The 215 interchange in Nevada. They acquire industrial properties because people back and invested in their fund here, and they could not get their money back. This is what made Black people say it was a scam. You see, okay, so let's then this is the fund. Now I want to show you, this is Tulsa Fund. This is our fund. This is the Black Fund. They have real estate, Elixir of Life, the Legacy Center. This is where the money went. This man was investing. The Legacy Center, 140 Pennant Avenue, Beechwood, New Jersey. And I'm going to click one of the videos. These are the properties. Now, I want y'all to understand here. People talking about $13 million. Look, 13 million plus versus, look at Fundrise. They was 7 billion. 292 active projects. See? And they still couldn't get their money back. Goldman Sachs put money in there. So, of course, you can't compete with that because white people are going to invest in what they got going on. But even when they review a negative review, let's look at a negative review on Fundrise. Let me show you something. This is what I want y'all to see. This man, it says Fundrise Review 2023. It's not pretty.
was really surprised because real estate crowdfunding with platforms like Fundrise is absolutely not my primary thing that I do in real estate. I just kind of did it because it seemed like fun. But people really seem to enjoy these things. They get a lot of views and likes and comments every year. Figured I'd be kind of dumb not to keep making these updates like this. So here we are. But back when I made that first video, at that time, the minimum amount that you could invest in Fundrise as a non-accredited investor was $1,000. So that was what I did. When you commit your money like that, you basically have to wait 5 years until you can request that money back and take out your principal. And you can also reinvest your dividends, which is what I chose to do.
Listen to what he said. You can request your money back. I'm trying to get y'all to understand this is what investment is. Ain't nobody scamming y'all. Okay? This is a white man who is reviewing a white fund, the same rules. It's the same rules as Tulsa. The same exact rules. This Fundrise, this is what he said. You got to wait 5 years before you can request your money back. Okay? That's what it is, man. And so, and I'm going to let him talk some more.
You can have those dividends just paid right out to you every quarter as they're made. And if you try to request your money back before that 5-year period, it's not that you're not allowed to do it, but if you do, it's subject to a 1% penalty. And also all of those dividends that are reinvested each quarter, if you choose to reinvest them, it's important to note that that 5-year time clock starts when that's reinvested. So say, for example, if I reinvest my dividends at year 3 Q2, that's when the time clock starts. I can't take that money out until 5 years from that point in time. So if you want the cash flow, just have them pay out those dividends directly to your bank account and be done with it. So in 2022, that was the end of the 5-year time clock from when I put in my money originally in 2017. So last year, what I did was I actually recorded the process of me trying to request my original $1,000 back and how easy or difficult that was to do and how long it took. And one of the things that kind of caught me off guard at the time was that when I requested the money in that actual recording in mid-April of 2022, it said that they wouldn't actually review my request or send me the money until July of that year. So like 3 months later. And I was kind of taken aback by that and kind of annoyed by it. But that was one thing that people wondered, because in that video from April, I didn't actually get to see my money deposited back in my account. And I can just let you know, it has been deposited. It did end up coming through. I think it was July 3 or 5.
Now, we need to understand, too, that people did request money back from the Tulsa Real Estate Fund way back when Tone Talks and Yvette Cornell were complaining and trashing the fund. And guess what? They did get the money back, but they got a penalty. So people were mad. But this is the rules of investment. I want to show y'all this here. And that's why I said, y'all need to, really, to me, Jay Morrison is like one of the best damn financial advocates and advocacies for Black people, because this man, y'all cussing this man out, calling him a scam. He's not been arrested, for this. He's been reviewed. Y'all called the feds on him. Y'all done called this man a scam. Y'all threatened his wife or his kids. And he's still out here trying to teach y'all what this stuff is about. Because this is the level that y'all need to get into in order to control what you say you want to control. You want to control your police officers. You want to control all your stuff. This is the level you got to get in. But you got to understand what investment is. So this is the portfolio. Hold on a second. This is something that everybody could have did. Now, so these are the properties that this man was getting. And you got to realize $13 million, it's not a whole lot. You got videos on the properties.
Allowing for a refinance of a single-family asset using the free and clear property as collateral. Treff gave this developer an opportunity that conventional banks turned down, while allowing the fund to participate in a projected 16.6% return on investment. So here, this project, guys, we're able to.
All right, so he did that. I don't want to go through the whole video because it's pretty long, but I'm just saying to y'all, there's a bunch of. Let me keep going. I don't know why I did that. I'm trying to go through each one. Let's listen to this one. This is what BMT asked me. He says, how much did that building cost? I didn't have the answer.
Hey guys, it's Jay Morrison bringing you another transaction in our Tulsa Real Estate Fund portfolio. Tulsa Real Estate Fund's largest acquisition and development is a Class A office space, events venue, and media production facility in East Point, Georgia, known as the Legacy Center, aka the Black House. This 2.6-acre campus and 30,000 square foot facility is strategically located just 7 minutes from the world's busiest airport.
So it cost $2 million. The investment amount was 30,000 square feet. It cost $2,100,000. And they bought it free and clear. So they didn't pay any notes on it, just bought it, period. Now, let me see. All right, I'm trying to figure out how to get out of this without. Okay, so that's another one. I just want us to see a couple of these videos because they make it seem like this man wasn't investing in this fund.
By one of our Treff partners, a former protege, who was able to bring in this deal, who needed $95,000 of investment capital to close on this property in one day, and was able to resell this property in the same day through what's called a double closing. And we were able to earn $2,200 of income that day on our $95,000 of investment.
Now, that was small, but that was just in one day. Let's look at some more of them.
Of loan. And so we were able to deploy that over $300,000 of capital and earn $9,860 in one day in a 24-hour period while collateralizing the real estate. So this was a double closing or same day flip, which allowed.
So these are some of the investments. They had like 95 of them on the last video I seen. But the point is, you know, this is what's going on with that. And they got deals. You can call in, you can submit a deal. So, you know, this is what's going on with that fund. Now, keep in mind, he's only dealing with $12 million. That's how much was left after. Now, I just want y'all to see, okay, I could show y'all some more of this Fundrise thing. I just wanted to show y'all this. Now, actually, this is what I want you to see. When this law first came into being, this is the law. No, it don't go out to the Black Queen, but yeah, it should go to the Black Queen. But yeah, and like I said, guys, y'all can come up if you want to. We got the links in the description, and this is an open show, but I'm just focusing on the Tulsa stuff because I did say that I was going to get into it. But I want us to get into this here a little bit. Now, when they first made this law that allowed dumb investors, I call them stupid investors because these are people who never was able to invest on this level. They actually restricted people who didn't make $250,000 a year or who made $1 million or less, or was worth $1 million or less than $1 million. They didn't allow you to invest in this kind of stuff because y'all crazy. That's what they literally said this. Okay, and keep in mind right here, this is a video. The Rock Center crowdfunding the new age of venture capital or an invitation to fraud and disaster. Okay, this is a Stanford Law School discussion. This was 10 years ago. Will equity crowdfunding usher in a new, better age of venture capital? Now, keep in mind, this was 5 years prior to the Tulsa real estate. This was in like 2013. And this is when Obama added that to the Jobs Act to allow people to do these type of investments. So I want y'all to listen to this real quick. Let's see.
Legal, to the best of my knowledge, within the current structure of the federal securities laws, because what they're doing is they're going out and they're raising money from individuals who are accredited investors. And the accredited investor test, for those of you who are, not practice securities lawyers, typically is a bucks test. It's you have enough money. If your income is sufficiently high, if your assets are sufficiently great, you can then qualify as an accredited investor, and you can wind up participating in some of these opportunities that are available. Now, from that perspective, I think it's important to recognize that, in my view, there's a tremendous future for using the internet in order to facilitate investment. That does not mean that there's a tremendous future for the thing that's commonly called crowdfunding, as that term is used in the Jobs Act.
So he doesn't like crowdfunding. He don't want y'all to actually be able to invest in some of this stuff.
Why is that? What's the distinguishing feature? Crowdfunding basically, in theory, will allow people to raise money up to a certain limit from individuals who are not accredited investors. And the general idea is that you'll be able to sell small amounts of equity in a retail-oriented market to retail investors. Based on everything that we know about how successful capital formation actually works, that may be the least likely model ever to succeed on average and over time. So in other words, Rory's model and Naval's model can well turn out to be huge successes. And there are going to be many innovative ways to leverage the power of the internet in order to match the right sources of capital with the right opportunities for that capital. But that doesn't mean that opening it up under the crowdfunding rules as enacted by the Jobs Act will wind up being good for the vast majority of America's retail investors. One small statistic, all right?
See, he's worried about what's good for the retail investors. And keep in mind, see, this is what I'm saying, like, this is where our people have to level up. When you've been given an opportunity, you can't be out here complaining.
Believe, and you talk the good game.
Hold
The
on.
emotions of Tulsa. I want to do it. It's not because we're stupid or dumb. It's because we think about Tulsa. We want to believe, and you talk the good game. Hey, I want to do this for my people. So when that happens, you pull on our heartstrings because we're such a plundered group, and other groups get taken advantage of too. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we're the least. We are the least who can afford to be taken advantage of. That's what I'm saying. So you know how to kind of, Boyce has probably told you to, like, how to manipulate the heartstrings, Tulsa. And you sold this as countdown to IPO launch. IPO means initial public offering. People are believing that they can get rid of their stock or sell their stock. If I don't like it, I can sell it. No, you can't sell it. So don't compare yourself. If you're not doing real business, Jay Morrison, if you're not doing real business, Dr. Boyce Watkins, I'm not talking about selling flashcards. I'm not talking about selling classes. All these Negroes now got a class. If you're not doing big business, don't compare yourself to big business. If you can't do big business, if that's not your lane, if you never put on your big boy pants, let's not compare ourselves to people who do big business, shall we?
See, that's the slave mentality to me. Selling flashcards is teaching your children how to do investment before they even make it, before it's tough, before it's hard. They're making them professional investors early. Stupid people like this woman talking about that's not real business. She don't do no business. What does she do? How does this woman make money? We need to ask ourselves that. How is she making money? What this woman doing is getting on there complaining, talking about politics, asking for, cash on a Cash App nugget. She wanted a Cash App nugget. That's it. That's how you make money. People like this, and you listen to that, and you don't level yourself up and do some in understanding, then you're not going to understand. Now, this is an investment. You don't have to do it. They're telling you the truth. That's all they can do is tell you the truth. This ain't nothing you can just get out. This is the rules of this particular investment. You don't just get your money out right away like that. That's what real estate crowdfunding was about. And this is the reason why some of these white folks was like, we don't even need to let them do this. Because they're stupid. They're not accredited. They're not smart enough. So I just wanted to play a little bit of that more. I'm going to play some more of that because this right here to me was real important. They had a debate here. So this guy disagrees. He's rich too. They out here in Silicon. Now keep in mind, Stanford is out here in California. It's right there in the heart of Silicon Valley. These are multiple millionaires, billionaires. This is who they teach.
Recent froth in investing activity, those stats are going to get worse. So the actual death rate is quite a bit higher. You basically have to have, in today's age.
Hold on. So let's listen to this. He's going to make a very important point here. Want you?
And they're not dumb money. Well, if that's the thing in Silicon Valley, and if you just look at the average, and the average is going to be highly misleading because there are all sorts of different ways to do seed capital financing in Silicon Valley. 60.6% of these seed rounds, which typically involve accredited investors, never get follow-on financing. They do the first round and they die. Okay? That's 60.6%. And that's with accredited investors who are presumably sophisticated Silicon Valley types, and they're not dumb money.
So what he's saying is 60% of the type of investing 60% of these investments in Silicon Valley, smart people who are making investments in companies and startups and all these these are the things that make your world run. These are the jobs you go to get. This is how your construction site is built up. This right here is the investors, this stuff that you was doing with this Tulsa thing. This is how this thing works. But when they put money in it, 60% of them, the next round, the investors say, you know what, we're not putting nothing in there. So they lost that first set of money. They lost it 60% of the time. But guess what? They still going to invest somewhere. They're just not investing in that no more. It's not a scam. It's an investment. I need black folks to understand this. I mean, I had a conversation with a brother on YouTube that was talking about scam. It was, you got this dude, this JT dude. These are the type of people who do reviews. This is black folks. They're not doing a good.
Come on, don't compare. Now.
Hold on.
Say, but again,
black selves, our African American selves.
So listen. This is how black people review black investment funds. This is why these people don't have a PhD in finance, like Dr. Boyce Watkins. But they got the nerve. This man is a financial advisor, a planner. Everybody's a damn financial planner. You're a financial planner in your own house, right? This financial planner makes more money on YouTube and giving referrals to his real estate friends. That's how that man make money. But we're going to listen to JT, the pocket watcher. He's watching everybody else's pocket. That's how he make money.
Our African descendant selves, we just want to be white. And that kind of goes against everything that we're talking about with black wealth. But that's the thing. And nobody ever talks about that.
It's so hypocritical. The same people, and I'm talking about deep hoteppers. And after the devil made you, he broke the mold. But maybe you and I could make a little jungle feet. There is something special.
How come you talk all that noise about white men and then go date white women, fool?
They call me a hotep. I'll take it, but I get the context. I get
it because you gotta understand that's what they call themselves, right?
Yes.
They're the ones who are hijacking the term, not me. But you got people who are straight this pro-black hotep, even to the point where they say the white man is the devil. So they say that in one space, and then on the next day they say, well, we need to do what the white folks are doing, cheat the system. It's like you can't have it both ways, man.
So what you think about that, BMT's on the scene, guys? This is one of the top-notch, up-and-coming YouTubers. You know, he's got like the most insightful rants on his channel. Make sure y'all go over there to Business Minded Talks. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
You out and about, man?
Okay, so make sure. Let's see. Let's see. What's the question that you want to ask me, brother?
No. I mean, I'm just this is open show, so we just
throw that in the trash. So I would probably say it's a mixed bag of, because two things can be right at the same time. I don't try to do everything that people I don't rock with doing, but I also don't mind. I also understand that some rules, like I was telling my son earlier, some rules will be broken, some lines will be crossed, and some lines never should be crossed. I like how you brought up the golden satch thing. if my team can get that funding that can push my agenda, then I'm gonna take it and use it. Because everybody else don't mind using me. So I'm going to use them, but I don't have to love them. You can use somebody and not have to love them.
Right.
You can use somebody and not have to love them. You can take something that people do, like a lot of patented stuff that we have done. Other groups have taken it and called it their own.
That's right.
And never even allow us to even exist. You know what I'm saying? I can know the laws, but I don't have to operate within them. And when I say that, let me clear that more clearly for a lot of people that listen in the chat. So if somebody goes over how to properly use the town, local town government to get foreclosure houses, I can learn their laws and flip it on them. We've seen videos of that where I think there was a man in Texas. He seized the property. He seized the property that a lot of rich bougie folks did not like. Like, hey, he can't be there, this and that. He said, no, I followed y'all rules that y'all had set up, and I beat y'all at your own game. And y'all cannot remove me out because I bought it for $1. And so they want him out, but he's repairing and fixing the house to the point where if the people who originally had the house don't come back, which they never did, who's the owner of the house? Him.
That's right.
And so he used their law against them to flip it on them. This is no different than the EU nations going into Africa and using their own rules and customs against them.
Right.
So the problem that we have is that we like, but a lot of people say, well, BMT, you a coon. And I said, well, what about me? Because I love family and I have certain customs and courtesies and I don't follow certain derogatory agendas. No. Because they say that we got to be niggas because of how we portray ourselves. When I feel that we can be more than that. And so when you don't act belligerent, they'll say, well, you must want to be one of us. Well, who said I want to be like you? I'm me.
You're me. That's what I'm saying. People think somebody trying to. We are a unique group of people. Everybody, and I hate. Sometimes can't stand when black people say black folks ain't a monolith, because that means to me that's you're being a monolith. Because everybody's saying it. You're doing the same. You're everybody's different. That's the similarity that we have. We're all different. And that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to have a lot of stuff that's similar, but then everybody has their own uniqueness. So that's how you grow stuff. So, like wherever you grew up, we had manga, we was listening to Saturday morning cartoons. Wherever we went, it's going to influence us. Video games, all that stuff. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And a lot of times, a lot of these people, let me let you hear this and get your reaction to this one.
So we got all these hoes out here splitting their asses and vaginas wide open. Yeah, she ain't had no panties on. And you got every infection and you want a nigga to eat that shit, but you done had it, you done drug it all across the goddamn floor, the janitors and shit, done drug the nasty mop, the mop water, and you done put your pussy, the womb, the damn portal of life and death. You just put the shit on the floor and drag it around like a goddamn bitch in heat. That's what I see. You know how dogs look when they drag their ass around because they got worms? That's what I see with all this twerking. Like, what the fuck is in your ass? You need to get out so much. Sit down. You don't know what to do with your energy. the truth. Check your sisterhood. Check the next time you see that Cardi B video and you twerking and twerking. Ask yourself, what the fuck am I twerking for? How is this edifying my community? How is this edifying me? How is this edifying my children? When I shake my naked ass on stage and get out in front of the world and put my camera on, what am I representing about my black community? What am I saying about my legacy? I'm representing my mother, my father, my ancestors. And right now you at war and all you represent is some slaves that's been dumbed down, you've been brainwashed, and you've been fucked into submission. So now all you want to do is fucking just stay down. I stand with India.
So we see a real push. We see a real push, like to me, a few years ago, black mothers in our community, whether even like I said, like we always refer to Tupac's song Black Queen, even if it was a crack fiend. Some of the black mothers went through some of the craziest stuff, but for some reason, they made sure that kid thought that they were God. They were like the best in the world. Nowadays, you got it where even their own kids looking at their mama like something wrong with you. Your child. So what do you think about this new generation? Where is this going to lead people? Because the mothers, regardless of whether they're smart or stupid, that's your moral compass. And you did a video about a man sitting up here IGing themselves getting what was he getting? Having sex with women. Basically, he was doing role reversal. The women were penetrating him. And he thought, and that was a big deal. Angelique was making it a big deal. What's your opinion on that kind of situation?
Well, and sadly, that video had gotten taken down. Of course, YouTube took it down. They couldn't strike me, but they took it down because when you talk about certain types of that's when you talk about certain stuff or trajectories of agendas, they silence your message. They silence your message. So when it comes to that what India Ari is saying, mind you, she's the older woman. She's the older woman that has been in the industry and has backed away from certain venues and stuff, right? And she talked about sexuality, but then she started to back away and started talking about black women's femininity. And what she told, mind you, she's speaking from a feminine voice of authority. And people take it as she's demonizing this culture, which she should. She should. But she's like, that white Latina woman, she will do that for the lower, weaker-minded Negro. But she won't do that in front of the Latin culture. And she even said it. So she even told people, I don't play or do any of this stuff in front of my children.
About Cardi B, right?
Yeah. Cardi B. That Latin bitch in heat. Because she knows with mind you, she be drunk and her man be talking about beating and peeing on her and all that crazy shit. But you gotta understand that them putting that type of poison into these weak-minded women. Now, I want you to understand, like we understand, and I want y'all to put us out, understand this. The conscious community, the actual black thought community, did not start that trope of calling black women queens.
Right.
They didn't start that. Like queens and kings and all that shit. That's like a pandering trope. That's a pandering trope. A salesman tactic. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not a king and everybody's not a queen. Not the way that they move. Now, in your household, you are the king of your household and your woman is the queen. But you don't go around calling every man and woman king and queen because what are they leading? So when the woman went and said, hey, like y'all need to calm down with all this stuff, and these girls going around doing all this diabolical stuff. She said, y'all need to have respect for yourself, because the industry of this mechanism will use you and abuse you like a good slave. They will use you and abuse you, and when they done with you, they'll throw you away. So they don't mind these girls getting destroying their bodies and their minds. Same thing like these men: tattoo your face, do this, drink that, do this to your body. They barely get paid nothing. Now the people that own them, they don't dress like that. They don't party with them. They don't drink with them. They don't eat with them. They sit back. So you have it where there is a set mindset of an agenda being portrayed out there to Black America of degeneracy. They will never show functionality, because that will drastically bang against that of the set talking points. You can't see they don't show a Black man and a woman and children going to school, wearing clothes decently. There's always some kind of erratic behavior. They got to always show the loudest girls in the room are the nastiest, disgusting, most vile women. They won't show a woman going to work, helping the man raise children, being effeminate, respecting herself and her people. No, they got to show the women out there smoking, drinking, dropping their drawers like some kind of nasty bitch in heat. You know what I'm saying? But see, to white folk, now when white folk, now I want to show you this. White folk will take their nastiest women and never allow them to degrade and lower themselves to how Black women are treated. And I want y'all to understand that.
They're not making songs like that.
No, they don't. They don't. They even had it with that girl, Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Oh, man. When she was out there being some nasty little trailer park whore. And her dad and them stepped in and pulled her out and said, don't you be in the pig slop with them animals. Don't you be in there. And so they made her stop and made her turn around, start singing Christian gospel music, and they put her around a handler, Betty, what's that girl, Reba, them Christian country singers. And now all of a sudden her image is cleaned up. She got her hair nice and long. She's doing good.
Now we got Keke Palmer, though.
They clean up her image. But see, you can't get that with them lower hanging fruit damn women. You can't get that with them. And I'm saying that they can't get that way, but trying to grab a Umar, you shouldn't have grabbed an Umar. You should have grabbed a man that's well more like, we know the ones that want to actually change versus the ones who do not want change.
Right.
And that's the ones you work with. Like I said, but you got to be in a position of authority to do that. You wouldn't if you was trying to fix me and rehabilitate me, you wouldn't make it. You wouldn't publicize it.
No.
You would make it. That would be private. Well, I'm with this Black girl who's out here who has 9 babies. Why would you put that out there, especially in front of your enemy? That would have been private. So we gotta understand when people are being used as a tool and a mechanism, because they did that purposely where they had it, where Umar had Sukiana, they all hugged up in a picture and X, Y, and Z, and then the next 2 days later, some white man got his finger up her booty hole, and she on a golf course with her tongue out, and they just laughing at her.
See, we don't understand stuff. That's the thing, BMT. That's what thing, BMT. I mean, literally, a lot of we don't understand what we don't even understand. It's like we walking straight into a hole, and the people telling us, the government's telling, keep going, you're doing the right thing, one foot in front of the other, and then that you grew up with is telling you, man, stop. And you're like, shut up. The government says. We don't even see what we don't see. That's my thing. It's crazy. Even the so-called people, black conscious. That's why I'm about done with that, because if like when we go back to the Polite situation or Malachi York, with the stuff that they're dealing with, it's like sexuality has been so perverted. I mean, because they know that that's part of the nature of the human being. And they can always use that to kind of distort your behavior, because once you get down into that mentality of the, sexual nature, you can easily be manipulated a little bit, and and then you can like it. That's the problem. You're being manipulated, and you like it. That's when they really got you, because you're gonna fight to stay that way. You don't want to change.
Right.
So that's kind of like where I'm at. I'm like, it's just crazy. It's just like, but my thing is us complaining versus us just trying to, we got to talk about it. So I don't want to confuse talking as complaining. But to me, when I say complaining, right, listen to the sister. Peace out, Nicole. And keep in mind, sister, the link's in the chat. Y'all can come up. And if you don't see the link, just ask me. I'll drop the link again. But the point is, it's like we gotta understand, like this stuff is our job. This is our period of lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Our grandmothers, great grandmothers, they did what they did. Okay, this period of time is your time of lifetime. Your kids gonna grow up and they're gonna say, "Damn, what did Daddy do during this time?" Because like we live in some serious, dangerous times. And this is going to be written about in books. People can be like, dang, you could just be shot. You could just be taking your garbage out and the police just pick you up, take your person of interest, just take you right in front of your father. This is the kind of world we live in. So it's just, we need to understand that this ain't going to last forever. It's going to be something's going to change it, and it's going to be a serious thing. But right now you got wild. How long can same-sex last before everybody stop reproducing and we have a problem? It's only a certain point of time for this stuff to last.
But the thing about it, see, right now the powers that be, their livestock of their legacy is no longer being productive anymore. And so the misery of my enemy is my time to flourish. Not try to figure out how to let's join together and kumbaya and fix hands. This is why in Africa, when Bill Gates or the United States try to get involved and say, hey, we got medication for y'all, they're like, why would we want y'all medication that innates our women from being able to have children? Well, if they take it, no. Y'all come to us with that rainbow hypersexuality shit. You come to us about our breeding. You do that with your children and women. Do that with y'all people. Right. And so the thing about it is, that's why I push back so hard when they always come up with that abortion thing, right? When they come up with the abortion thing, and they always bring that up and say, well, black women are the biggest ones to get abortion. So 1 minute you're the biggest ones to get an abortion, and then you're the biggest people on welfare. So which one is it? Are you having the kids or you not having the kids?
You seen Ebony, what's her name? Ebony Leaks or whatever her name is. She talking about choosing to be single or some crap. The one that was talking about she wouldn't date a bus driver.
You see, now let's here's the thing about that.
They mad because they so-called say it's not enough black male sperm, and now we want to have babies, but ain't no men around. So they gotta go find some sperm leakage and get pregnant from some leaked sperm. some weird stuff.
See, now this is the law. This is what I'm saying. These are the lambs of the lost, man. Always talking, bro. And I don't listen to them crazy divesting talking points. The thing about it is this, because I'm told as a black man to try to find a way how to work with my black woman.
Exactly.
But they're told, listen, to move away. And yeah, you got that group of black men that will say, hey, we need to go elsewhere to go find women. But see, when you go elsewhere to go find women, you do know you're going to another man's culture and house.
And how long before he started getting mad? See,
we've already seen that happen, because you had it where the ones in South America, they don't want black men over there. The ones in the Philippines, they don't want black men. You see, y'all don't understand that they're finding out about you black men coming to their house. Because you gotta understand, regardless how y'all women feel about it, you are under a shroud of a household to whatever man is over that household.
Right.
No matter what y'all say, oh no, we this and that. No, stop it. And even to when me and Mike take our last breath, the men will still be over the house. They will still be over the house. Now the house may be damaged and the floorboard may be torn up, but guess what? It still is a house.
That's right.
And so the same way how y'all were all for that man, that young boy who shot that other man in Chicago, that was a young man.
Yeah, the mama told him to go. Mama
And
said,
he did it.
Just like LL Cool J song. Mama said, knock you out.
And that was a form of masculine protection. I said, y'all can. The thing about it is, we so quickly disenfranchise our protection, our work, and our advancements, and try to surmount it. Well, the white man, he would have done. I said, but that long ago they were praising a little white boy running around with a gun, shooting people. That's what their society was doing. So now you got a problem with how your man handles things, or how your people do things. You see, I told you, it's never the same. And see, that's why I try to tell people, like, that's why I'm unapologetic on how I say shit. I'm very unapologetic on how I say stuff, because we're not here to pander. Same way when me and you talked about if a woman, and I tell this very easily, women submit to the man submits to his household.
Right.
And when people say, whoa, why does the woman have to submit to the man? Well, look at what I just said. The man submits to the household. And all needs of the household, whether it be women and children, all that abide under that roof, that man takes care of and makes sure that they're good. So if our women need something, or there's something that needs to be done, that's upon us to take care of.
Right.
And the same thing for the woman. You come home, hey baby, I at least got you a sandwich, and I got you some cold water. I know you've been outside working on that truck, or you at least did a job, or you know what I'm saying, hey, I got the clothes washed up and fixed and stuff. I'm very appreciative. Thank you. I'm very blessed. Thank you. And so
it's not just like when we talking about protection of the community of the household, see, your own woman as like your wife, that's one level. But
yes,
man, just like you sitting right there, listen, it's a place of peace. I hear children in the background.
Yeah,
that's heaven. You see,
yeah.
I don't hear twerk music. I don't imagine the other side of that camera, there's women being taken advantage of, and children being unsafe in situations where they're going to be abused and stuff like that. Why? Because you have a man looking over them. Okay, it's not just about who we are with, as our life partner. This is just the manhood light of protection. Okay, and that's just how it's supposed to be. So these women talking about, they got a lot of people confused. Oh, I'm going over the seas. I'm gonna try to find some other man's woman. Dude, that's his daughter. That's his auntie. He don't want them going. I mean, maybe a few of them can go, and they got their problems too. They mad at the Catholics for coming and the white people for coming to molest their kids or what have you. They got to deal with their stuff. So, but the point is like, our job is to deal with our problems, deal with our successes, protect, provide, solve problems. That's what the men do. We solve problems. That's what we're supposed to do. And women solve some problems, but when you got a lot of our women that have been taught that they're supposed to compete as a man. Just like Clarissa Shields, she want to fight a man. God damn.
But that's a warped agenda.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, her coach and a lot of her team are men.
Right.
And I have to wonder, if you my coach, are you supposed to be looking out for my betterment? Why would you approve of your fighter or the person that is under your protection to go fight a man?
A professional man.
Professional man. Not just any old man off the street. A professional man. And so that's why I said it's a set agenda, because a promoter and the coach and the fighter all had to come into an agreement. And see, the sad thing about it is, you didn't see them try to do this with no white woman.
See?
You didn't see them try to grab none of them other women. You didn't see them try to grab Ronda Rousey when she was fighting to go fight no man.
Now, you know what? Now, to be honest, BFT, she did say. Now that's the problem with women in general too, because she did try to call out Mayweather.
Who, Ronda Rousey?
Yeah.
She talks shit.
Of course, yeah.
She talks shit. But the thing about it is her talking shit. There's a difference between Karen talking shit and actually saying, I want to fight you.
See, yeah, you're right.
There's a difference. Karen can talk shit all the time, all she wants from her porch. It's a difference when she actually starts pulling up on you, which now you enter a different realm of the art of man, where if you step to me, now you left from your femininity. And see, that's the danger zone I tell a lot of women that you don't want to step in. I don't care if you think, well, he can't put his hands on me. See, that those rules start to go out the window when you start dealing with men. But to step to a man, it's like two animals challenging themselves. And so the fact that they're telling her to get into the ring, you understand the majority of the top brackets for female fighters are black women. And so what's going to happen is now you're opening the door to the LGBT that will possibly be the downfall. Because remember, at one time they used to say Serena was a man, Michelle Obama is a man. You never heard them say that about a white woman, but you'll call a black woman a man. But now what will happen now is you're going to have it where you're opening up Pandora's box to you fighting men. And so this puts black women in a very, you're soon enough, and really this is the time for black women to start speaking and actually, or pull Clarissa Shields to the side and say, listen, sis, that payday ain't worth it. Because what you're about to do is put us in a line of scope that nobody's going to bat an eye to men beating us openly in front of the world. Don't give a fuck what movies y'all be watching. I don't give a damn what kind of damn kung fu and all that shit y'all be seeing. I don't care how many Disney Captain America films. When they start saying, oh, okay, so you can fight a man.
See?
So then you're going to start dealing in the world where there will be some men that have some pent up anger and they're going to try to kill you.
Well,
and they will do it legally.
Let's listen to the sister talk, because Nicole Marie, this is her inaugural time on the show. thank you for coming and let us know what's popping up inside your mind, sis. What's happening?
Hey, hello everyone. Hello.
What's up, sis?
Hi,
Welcome.
GMP.
Yeah, welcome to the party.
Hello, hello. I apologize. I hear the little. It's a storm here. I'm in Ohio. It's the little tornado warning going off. So if I have to exit, I will here quickly. But thank you for having this format and everything. I knew I needed to come on and say something. The image of we just have to be mindful as Black people who is like our image is very important in the world, and who has control of it, and being so desperate to be seen, being so desperate to be heard, or being so desperate to I don't know, sometimes I think people feel value from themselves from going like from being all over the internet, or you know what I'm saying, going viral or whatever. But a virus is a disease. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a virus, it's not really good. It's not really good for your body, you know? And so I think that us as a people can benefit from actually taking our power back in the platforms that we do have, always being mindful of the image that you portray. You know what I'm saying? And not to a fault to where everything is like pretend or fake, but sometimes people don't even care if it is pretend or fake. They just have that image for that image to be out there and presented to the people in a unified manner is the benefit from that, you know? I think that all these women saying, you know, I'm strong, I can beat up a man, and Black women, I'm a man. That's not true. That is propaganda. You know what I'm saying? That's being used against Black women. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I grew up in a volatile home. I grew up in a very a crazy home, and there was a lot of kids in our home. It made me think, you know, like bad about men, but not all men. You know what I'm saying? And it did make me think like, hey, I'm gonna have to figure this out by myself because nobody's going to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna take from you. So I did go to college. When I was at college, I didn't have a mindset like feminism is why I'm going to college. It was because I needed to be able to take care of myself. It was either college or the military. I couldn't be at home. You know what I'm saying? And so I went the college route, and just nobody really, I got into the Christian church, and men didn't want to get married. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a lot of women that are waiting in like churches or, you know, different organizations, like just waiting to be chosen. You know what I'm saying? Like working and doing their job. They're not against
yeah.
I don't know. They're not against a system. I can't speak for, you know, all of them, but I will say that there are a lot of women who wanted families. They wanted a home, but it was a agenda at that time where people were like, oh, let's party, let's turn up, let's club, let's be out here. I ain't thinking about wedding nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want, you know, if kids show up, oh well, but I don't really, you know, want to be married or want children. And so it's crazy because now in turn, now the guys are saying, oh, where are the wholesome women? And the wholesome women looking like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, I have seen women literally bend their back, break their neck, go without food, like do crazy stuff for men. And so I I know that is ratchet women out here like that do horrible things to men, horrible things to their kids. But I mean, I know it's a lot of men out there that do the same. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just the people that have the mic and the people that have the that are putting images out here to be able to put a better, you know what I'm saying, image out there and really statistically look at like I don't know if there's real statistics on what is happening. I think people are just lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just probably coming up with stuff. Hey, let me get your reaction to this real quick, because since you did say about, your motivation to go to college and all this stuff was really not just to learn whatever it was just so you could take care of yourself. But like a lot of people don't understand like that's part of the nature of the woman. So I got this clip, and I don't want to demonize the woman. It seems bad, but this woman she's serious. And I just want your reaction to see as a female, as a woman's perspective. So this is the one where she...
What's the problem? You need to be a problem. What's wrong with her?
So the man's disappointed because she put some money in that he was working for into her account without telling him. So I don't want to go through all the trauma that they're talking about, but I just want to kind of...
I have to make sure I'm good. I can't. I'm not about to argue with you about money.
You are so
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Everything I've done for us, are you serious? You mad because I'm putting...
Everything you've done for who? Everything you've done for me? I'm the one working. I'm the one putting in the time.
You cannot be for real right now, Keith. Everything I...
This. Why do I...
All right, so what do you see in this video, Nicole? Just from that, what is...
I mean, just off of that snippet, it seemed like she was trying to, like, was she saving money that he didn't know about? Is that what is it?
Yeah, that's what it was. She was saving money in her. She opened an account, and he didn't know about it. It was just in her name, and she put like $20,000 into it, and he was, disappointed at that, and so he confronted her about it. And she said she has to make sure that she's good. And
that's a thing that even older, I've even seen and heard of white women doing that, but it's like grandmothers from would say, set aside money for yourself and your kids just in an emergency. If he tanked this whole house, he can't spend well, he can't save well. You are going to be called upon to, you know what I'm saying, do it. And sometimes back in the day, women didn't work. So it wasn't like she was going to, like, where was she going to get the money from? So I know women that they were like, oh, I'm couponing, and the money that I saved, I'm stashing this money, I'm hiding this money, you know what I'm saying, just in case something happens or it goes wrong, she's taken care of. Well, I think what's happened is the brokenness of our families as a whole unit operating is the problem and the issue, because I thought that there used to be like a dowry for the daughters, that money was set aside to take care of the woman if something happened to that man. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just the woman is out here with her husband, you know what I'm saying, and just trusting in everything that he literally does. That is a scary place to be at, like, for a woman, especially a woman has intuition, a woman understands like preparation and things. And if that man's he don't care about preparation, he don't care about, these things, it will keep you up at night. It is a real, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real thing.
That was scary. That sounds scary to be trusting everything that husband's doing, huh?
Yes.
That's scary. Well, y'all, that's what do you say, Leroy? What you got to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say let the rest of the video play so she can get that full context of how she says, well, I got to take care of us and look out for, the children. And look, man, it would be one thing if she was working and what she didn't contribute to the household she set aside. I could get that, but you're taking from him who is, in this case, looking at the video, he is providing for them unless he's lying. And I don't think the brother is lying. I mean, he's filming, and she is just going over the top. I mean, to take out 20K for real. I mean, I don't know what his pockets look like, but good night, sister. 20K. That's pretty bold. It's, I apologize in advance. She is fortunate that they are talking about it. Some households, it won't be talking. It's gonna be something else. And I ain't saying that would be right, but those would be facts. And look, man, like I said, if she was working and sitting it to the side, that would be smart. That would be prudent. Your husband could get hurt at work, anything, and it would be great for the wife to come in and fill in for a time or permanent if she got to. Because I mean, it may be perceived as a scary place to be in for women who are married, but I mean, you trusted him to take his last name. You walked down the aisle. You said, "I do."
But Leroy, shouldn't he trust her? Shouldn't he just trust her?
How can he just trust her when she ain't say, "Look, honey, I think we need to have a separate account. It's not for me to go, buy out the town or nothing like that. But just in case XYZ." Okay, yeah, I trust you. Let's do that. But she just did it. She ain't no warning, nothing. He see a bank statement.
Right.
That's how he gets introduced to it. That's horrific, man. What she did, what she pulled.
I don't know.
I mean, I can see how that looks like it's treachery or something like that. But I'm telling you, it's women have been doing that for when I say the older women, I'm talking about like women that were not, they did not work. You know what I'm saying? So they were taking his money, you see what I'm saying? And they were setting it, they were saving money or skimping money, sewing clothes, doing all kinds of things to set aside, $5, $10,
that's
$20.
great. I'm not discounting that, especially if it's been a discussion. But play the whole video. Sister Marie needs to see the rest of it, what she said.
So,
but Leroy, she's saying though, Grandma was doing that just because she didn't open a bank account, and he just happened to see a bank account. It was just $20,000 under the seat, under the scoreboard.
And like I said, that's fine if there's been a discussion. That means he's willfully contributing to that. But if he don't know, and it's I got 40K, now I got 20. What the hell happened? And then you find out it's your wife and she didn't even say nothing prior to. That's not good, man. That's betraying the relationship in my humble married man opinion for over 10 years. We're not doing that.
Hey, okay, what's up, Speak? What's up,
BMT? Hey, what's up, Mike? What's going on?
Nah, BMT was saying something too. What's going on? Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is the trope of the. I'm not gonna say that video is real or not, because if that was actually a real video, ain't no man gonna be on no fucking camera talking that. That's why I know. That's why I know some of these videos are just fake as shit. Because I'm not thinking to go on live to or record. That's what it's called, agenda. It's called agenda video. So because they're playing off of the weaknesses in Black community or society that have happened. Okay, so when you have it whereas to so I'm gonna hit on 3 points. To the point like how Nicole said women did have to put aside money because if the man could not show dependability or literally, I mean, you had it where there were banks stealing money from Black folks. So they would actually start stashing money away, stashing deeds, put inside money. So in case something did happen, hey, take this $100. You can get some food, or hey, take this right here. See what I'm saying? So you did have that stash that grandma had in the mattress or under the floorboard, or in case great granddaddy was a drunk and went through all the money. Yeah, grandma said, I put it in one place, the Bible, but I know that nigga will never look in that damn Bible. So you had that safety net, but what began to happen was a vitriol move because look how she said, I got to do what I got to do for me and mine, me and my children. No, it's our children, our household. So those are easily accessible things because one, if you are the head of the household, then you should know about all the money that passes through your kingdom.
Right.
So I don't know how 20,000 disappears or money disappears. Now, mind you, if y'all have a joint account, then you got it where you can keep track of that shit. You can keep track of that. That's why I said it's something's not right about the story. Because if that money is being siphoned out, you know what I'm saying? Because most bills are on auto pay. Believe it or not, a lot of men, when they're in a relationship with a woman, majority of the time the women are handling the meticulous bills. The man makes the bulk, takes the money, brings it home. Nicole, here's the money, pay the bills. I'm going back to work. Call me if something happens big or it's a big judgment move, then call me for that. But other than that, all the little bills, women are taking care of that. Now, if she pockets some money aside, which even my people do that. They put money aside. I don't give a shit about $100 or $200 because at the end of the day, when the kids need clothes or shit for y'all female hygiene and all that stuff, that's on you. Go get it. Go get that shit. But what that shows is a failure of communication, and we need to. What they're not talking about is what happened to cause that much distrust. But if you don't trust me, why are you under the same roof with me? Why are you still fucking me?
$20,000. That's what caused the distrust. Go ahead.
No. That happened before then. Something happened. But see, what accumulated was $20,000. But something happened before. You don't just jump to stealing $20,000. Something had to transpire before then.
She, in her mind, she was like, "You're my husband."
Right.
It's not
right. So she stopped seeing him as her husband long time ago. So she been checked out, like how what Nicole is saying. That woman, some women been checked out from the relationship, just like some men stop treating their household or their women or children like their own. So I'm not gonna say because we don't know what the man has done, but we damn sure are. So it's only like I said, you're only getting little set agenda sides of the story. I mean, if he would have hit her, he'll be going to jail. But at the end of the day, they're gonna say, "Well, that's your wife, so she took your money." The judge gonna say, "Well, you don't know what goes on in your house."
It's a joint account. See what happened? He had a joint account with her.
Exactly.
He has access to the money. He trusts her. And the thing is, she opened up her own account and she made sure she put it inside. She basically just put $20,000 inside her own account. And he decided to confront her because he felt like he was betrayed. Now, the only thing I'm saying is, and I think that both of those people in their mind, they believe that they are correct. So a lot of times it's just a communication issue. And she could still have that $20,000 inside her own personal account if she had talked about that the proper way and not traumatize the dude. And then at the same time, the man can still probably assuage some of her stuff just by knowing her history, because obviously this woman been through something where she talking about, just in case we get divorced, we don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. She preparing.
I will go put that money right back in the bank account. Okay, I know where the money's at. If I know where the person at, I'm gonna get my money back. Put it right back in the bank account.
You get your money, BMT. You said that man owed you $1. I gotta go.
I'm getting my money back.
What's up, Speech?
Yeah. That relationship is doomed. Personally, I think it's doomed.
Why?
You don't hide $20,000. I mean, I'm sorry. The way she said it, she's not looking out for the family. She's looking out for herself. She don't care about the family. She care about her.
That's it right there.
So I don't. It's one thing. Yeah, she said, "Hey, I'm saving up for the kids," and something like that. She would have said that. Okay, I can understand that. She said, "For me, I gotta take care of me."
True. She did say that.
She don't care about the relationship. So at that point, okay, you want to take it? Here's that 20,000. You go out the door, but I'm keeping my kids, because you clearly don't care about this relationship. You want to make sure you good. Okay, cool. Make sure you're good out there. You ain't gonna make sure you're good here. And when I'm working and I'm making the money. Now, if she was making her own money and she want to put stuff aside and stuff like that, okay, no problem. Hey, it's your money. You do whatever.
What y'all two wild boys then?
But when you putting my money, you taking my money that I work long hours, and you not working? No. You gotta go.
But she working you.
Yeah, she's pimping him out.
Yeah, but her house, the household is her done.
Hers too, though, because if she's not working those Speech, then
yeah, it is her money also.
It is not. But she don't care. She don't see it as their money. She see it as her money. That's the point.
She went from we to me.
Yeah, she went to me. She's a me person.
Okay, but here's the thing I'm trying to tell y'all. You as the head of the household are supposed to figure out how to resolve that. Saying, well, the house is just fractured, broken, then what did you solve?
See?
But BMT, how you gonna fix that? How do you fix somebody who's clearly about herself, not us? How do you fix that?
That is the point of a relationship and a marriage. That when
you
there's
can't
gonna always be you can fix it. See, that's the thing. You can fix that.
How do you fix that?
How do you fix that? Is by being a man and you go talk to that woman. First of all, the money's not gone. She's still alive. It's in a bank account. You can literally go right there to that same bank and say, hey, there's money. Hold up now. When you go, but here's the thing about it. Y'all said, well, take the 20,000 and leave me with the kids. You do know when y'all go to court, if you're the person that mainly works and she's a stay-at-home custodian parent, guess who predominantly going to most likely get the kids? You going straight back to work and go pay her while she still gets the kids.
So she gets to steal your money, take the money. That 20,000 is in her account. You can't go get that money back.
Yes, you can. Y'all still married.
In her own account.
Let me say this. Think about this. I say it like this. Now keep in mind, there's a lot of different. There ain't no right or wrong. Ain't no right or wrong.
Right.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I can't. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take that chance. She got to go. Period. I'm not being around somebody who said it's me. You can forget that. Fine. Take the kids. I'll pay the child support. I'll pay everything. But I'm not going to be around somebody I cannot trust.
Right.
I've done that with family members. I've had crackhead brothers I could not trust. I don't live with them. And I'll be damned, I'm going to live with a woman who feel like she got to scam money from me. It ain't happening. I will pay that damn divorce. I will pay the child support. I will fight her in court every fucking day for the rest of my life. She will never be in my house. You are not going to scam money from me because you feel you don't trust me. Fine. Get the fuck out. Period. Get out. I don't need you here.
Let me
I'm not about to deal with an untrustworthy person.
Right. So
Sleeping, what else she gonna do? What if she do need some money? She could set me up to get killed. I'm not doing that.
Now let me
it's not happening. You can't fix that. I'm sorry.
Now let me ask you this question. So since you took that strong stance on it, the only way for you to fix a thing like that is to prevent it. So what kind of test would you have for your potential mate or whatever? What is a test that will allow you to see if a person is capable of that? Because the thing is, that's the only solution from your perspective, with your temperament on that particular issue. The only solution to it is to make sure that you have someone who's not capable, who understands exactly your point on that. So how would you even talk to somebody to make sure they ain't thinking of it?
My simple answer is just talking to her. Like, what has she done in the past? What she been? Because I don't believe in running tests. I can just talk to a person. I found out more about my ex-wife talking to her than I ever did run a test.
Well, yeah, that's the test. That's what I mean. Like, whatever. That's all I'm talking about. So you can call it a test, or you can call it.
That don't work. That's impossible.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, how do you figure out if this person thinks like this, or will do something like this? Because to me, this is something solvable. In my mind, I could solve that.
I could solve it myself. But I ain't gonna listen. That's what I worry about. Like people say, well, if I talk to the person, I'll know everything about them. No, you won't. I'll say anything the hell you want me to hear. To get the damn job until it's time to start performing. Well, I didn't know this person did that. Of course you did it, because we weren't put in that situation. People say anything until they actually start dealing with that person, from bills, money, children. But like I said, so you get with the next person, they steal $100 from you. What you gonna do? I'm out. So
yeah, I'm out. I don't deal with people stealing from me. I'm sorry. I don't deal with. I can't deal with that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, hey, listen.
So I've been through too many people who have stole from me, and I had to sit there and deal with it.
Okay.
I'm not dealing with that. No.
Okay. That's fine.
I can't deal. I'm sorry. Y'all want to deal with it? Great. That's what you want to do, and you gotta hide money and stuff, because guess what? I had to do that. I had to hide money from my brothers because we were scared that he gonna take it. I'm not doing that with my own wife. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. So if she feels that she got to do that, you can go.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
If this is how women gonna act like that, okay, no problem.
People act like that, man. Y'all listen. See,
I get that. And those people,
wait, hold on, man. I let you rant and rip. Like, this is the thing. People act like that. People have uncertainty. There's no hell. That's like a man telling a woman, "I want you to have my baby." She don't know if you're gonna be there or ride it out with her, or she don't know if you're gonna be faithful. But she's supposed to trust her body to you as a man, not knowing the uncertainties. But that's
no different than, hey, if I'm messing with this woman, how do I know that's my baby either? So there's an uncertainty in that too. So it's like everybody have these uncertainties, but it seems like I got to deal with her uncertainties. She can steal from me. Oh, you just work it out.
Listen,
but this dude's supposed to just sit there and take it.
So nobody said you just take it.
For the sake of the family. I'm supposed to deal with betrayal. $20,000. That's a long time.
You're letting your trauma show, bro. You're letting your trauma show. Like, don't let them take over you.
Well, her trauma is showing, but I'm supposed to deal with it. Come on, DMT. We deal with people's trauma, but I'm supposed to deal with her trauma, where it's a potential that can affect me long term.
But you just now
see, but I'm supposed to deal with her. We're supposed to make that work.
Yeah,
we're supposed to make that fucking thing work.
For better or for worse, dude.
No, I'm saying. There ain't no better for worse when she's saying it's for me.
But that's what you. Okay, so that's you.
There ain't no us. She's for her.
That's you. That's you. That's you.
That's for her. So
so that's you. Okay, listen. For the other people other than Brothers Speak, for those of us who actually have been in the trenches for this type of stuff. Listen,
well, who you think haven't been in the trenches?
No,
you think I haven't been married? I've been married.
You just said you would quit. Is that not what you told the rest of us?
I would say yes. I would leave.
Okay, so
without a doubt.
Okay, so you can't
my
be in the trenches.
ex-wife didn't even do that kind of shit.
Hold on. So you can't be in the trenches for this. You can't be.
Oh, right.
Okay. Then.
So if your wife stole $20,000, you gonna stay?
But see,
that's basically stealing, right? So you gonna stay? You gonna stay?
She's still my wife.
You gonna stay? You gonna stay?
My wife, dude.
She's stealing your money.
She's still
and
my
not
wife.
telling you about it. You gonna stay?
Wait. Hold on, dude.
You gonna stay?
My money. It's our money.
No. She don't view it as our money. She view it as her money. Did you listen to the video? She said it's her money.
Take your mind. You're letting your trauma.
I'm not letting my emotions take my mind. I heard exactly what she said. She said it's her money. It's not our money. If she was about our money, she would have said that. She didn't say that. It's her money.
Okay, so
that's the whole point.
This man just.
It was like, hey, I'm doing it for our kids or something like that. Then I'll be like, okay, when she said it's her money, I'm gonna take care of her. It ain't our money. She thinks it's her money.
He too hurt.
I'm not too hurt. I'm listening to what she said.
No, bro, you too hurt, man.
Maybe you not hearing what she said.
You too hurt.
I heard it perfectly.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all good. But look,
all the time I was married, my wife never said it was her money. She said it was our money.
Okay.
That's the point I'm saying. No, when she thinks it's her money, she can go.
Okay,
if it was still saying it was our money, no problem.
Do your divorce. You out of it. You quit. We get that. So for the rest of us, let the rest of us move on with a solution. Okay.
No.
So for the rest of us,
I want Speech to go, but Speech, I want you to actually, I want to try to get to the part where you can actually, conversate about the actual point. It's a painful point, but my point. Seriously, because the thing is, as soon as I found this out, as soon as you get too mad, you're not thinking properly no more. You're not planning. You're not thinking. Because once you get triggered, and once you're triggered, you're almost in fight or flight mode, which equates you to like an animal almost in that moment. In that moment, that's what this woman was doing. She just was splurting. I got to take care of myself. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, So that was her trigger. Whatever happened to her. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so if we all just dealing in triggered mode, of course, what's going to happen? Nothing but fight. Ain't nothing going to get solved.
Okay, but again.
So I know what you said. I know you said that over and over again. I don't want to repeat that same thing because we already know what you said. I know what your point is on that, and I accept your point. She said it was about her. Okay. Now I want to move past that though. Okay, so I want to take another step. So what I'm saying is, we still, it's almost like if people make mistakes and have a crackhead moment, do something stupid, okay, you don't have to live with them. Maybe you can't stay with them. Okay, it's too much for you. Maybe you can't stay with them. But when you said, this is where I wanted to go back to you on the speech. I wanted to kind of explain this point. You said, for the sake of the family, I'm supposed to take somebody stealing $20,000 from me or something like that, you said. And
I'm supposed to deal with someone betraying me time and time again. This is what we're supposed to deal with.
Let me finish it out. Okay. Yeah, so that right there. And I'm going to say, for the sake of the family, what does family mean to you? To me, because to me, family is sacred, because your decision making, it can affect like 100 years of your kids, your family, your whole setup. So that little moment of y'all arguing, why is that wrong for somebody to be like, you know what, for the sake of my family, we're gonna handle this in a smart way?
Okay, so this person stealing, which again can affect the family the same way as me saying she can get out the house for betraying. She's not only betraying me, she's betraying the family. But I am supposed to be, as the man, deal with a person that with no conscience betrayed me and the family. Because guess what? I'm part of the family. She don't care about my leadership. She don't care about nothing but herself. She even said that those are her children, not my children, not our children, her children. And y'all expect that how we supposed to fix that?
Okay, so speech.
So,
I need you to step past that point, because you keep repeating.
I keep repeating it because everybody looking at me like I'm going to ruin the family when the husband's ruining the family when he's the innocent victim here.
Listen.
So I mean, it's like, what's the? I'm like, what is the point of? It's like I'm supposed to just take this on the chin, but for the sake of the family, which she don't give two F's about, I'm supposed to be the bigger person.
Okay, so speech. Now I'm asking you this question: what's wrong with being the bigger person? That's what I want you to do.
I'm being the bigger person is, yes, you can leave. I'm being the bigger person because I could be sitting there obsessing over it, thinking everything's cool while I'm obsessing over it, and then I do something even more dumb. Rather than telling you to leave and go about your business and keep you separated, so you don't do anything worse. Because again, you steal, you rob, you steal, you kill. That's what I'm looking at. It progresses. This is not something minor. You're making it this is a minor thing. This is not minor. This is major. If she stole, like, I took this $20 from you. It's not a big thing. This is $20,000. This is saved up over time. This is not minor. This is major, something real major that people are overlooking because you want to keep the family together.
But that's major.
You're that desperate for the family.
That's major for you.
Hold on, BMT.
It is major to me.
Hold on, speech. Now let's because we got two other people that they just sitting back listening. I want to get y'all perspective, y'all listening. So go ahead.
No, I ain't trying to. It ain't gonna work, man. He got some stuff he got to work through, man.
Well, man,
You gotta learn that, man.
And all the rants you've done,
It's all cool.
you got a problem with my ranting all of a sudden?
Listen, I keep an intact family. What are you talking about? I don't quit on mine. I don't quit on mine. I've been through stuff like that. You think money done rocked me out of my household? That I say, well, you get out and you take the kid. What did that fix? So you give it another woman. So what happens when she do that to you too? And then another woman. But that's honestly how a lot of y'all men sound on YouTube. Y'all do y'all rants talking about this woman, then the next woman, then the next woman. And then you got the same women saying the same stuff. So what do y'all understand? What's y'all solution? Quit. Y'all go black pill, red pill. How's that working for y'all black men? Huh? Tell me that.
Yeah, and a lot of these married dudes who stay in these situations where these wives are betraying them time and time again, a lot of them end up depressed or deleting themselves. So let me tell you, what is your solution for that?
You see,
now you want to talk about these red pills. I understand your issue with the red pill.
You asked me a question, and when I'm about to answer it, you kept cutting me off. You didn't. That's what I said. You kept talking every time I kept trying to say something.
All right, go ahead.
Because that's the thing about a relationship, man. You're gonna have ups and downs. You think I haven't had money issues or stuff like that? But I mean, you work through it. You work through it and stuff. That's the factor of life. Money, sickness, and health, and all kind of things happen, man. Go ahead and grab the churn so we can get this party going. Like I said, I got kids, school, and all kind of things piling up. You think I'm gonna be like, oh my God, like I just lost all my money. She just spent this on this and this. You know what I said? Oh shit, I did say I want to be the king of the household. So that comes with territory. Everybody wants to be the king so long as everything is good. But when things get hard, quit. That's what I said. These I don't know, man. These men and women are built differently, but they keep talking about this 1950s, 60s relationship. So that's what I find it interesting. When Nicole brought up the women back in the day that used to get beat and still stay in the marriage, or the men that used to have their money shanked over and say, well, damn, I still got to run a family. Like, I don't know, man. It's like y'all just, and that's how I said, to each of their own. But the family is still there. It just has to go get repaired. Right. And I mean, hey, the woman is literally saying, you can leave me at any time. Now, we're only surmising he's the victim. Right. We don't know what he does at night. We don't know what he does behind closed doors. We don't know if he be late at night and be doing shit and keep throwing in her face, my money. But see, when a man throws in a woman's face, my money, you know the woman starts saying, oh shit, I'm stuck with one of these niggas right here. See, but she's a stay-at-home wife. And I've seen plenty of them when the man throws. You gotta be careful when you're a man, you say you want your woman to stay home, and you say, this is my money. I paid this, I pay that. So you know that woman starts saying, shit. So you want to lose money over my face? I got to start building my nest. You don't loom that type of power over your people. You don't do that. So she's saying, well, I got to do it. Mind you, if you play the whole video, she talked about the kids and her. If they have to leave, they'll leave. So him grabbing the camera, why he grab a camera? If he really cared about the image of his household, he wouldn't have put that shit on Front Street. That's how I know this is some bullshit. I'll never let another nigga know my weakness of what's going on in my household like that. I'll never let them see me sweat and let me know I'm out 20 band out of the pocket. So that way y'all can make a surmise guess. Because now that's what he just did. He just did. You don't put that shit out on Front Street. That stuff, y'all think white people will let y'all know their weaknesses when they have issues like that? Fuck no. They wouldn't never let y'all know. They'll let y'all think everything. They'll let y'all think it's a Leave It a Beaver situation.
The news will tell you differently, but okay.
That's the news. But see, that you know the thing about it. You were on here earlier. Me and Mike just talked about that. About we talk so much shit about us doing stuff differently as black folks, but then we always compare. Whenever we get behind the corner, we compare to being like the white folks. And see, that's the quickest way out of jail. Get out of jail card. But you can't move like them. You can go ahead and say you punch her in the face if you want. Guess what? She'll have that 20 bands and the kids and the house and have your ass in prison. And you be without shit. And you just proved all her points correctly. Versus, hey, so you took that money out. We're going to talk about this. We're going to work this shit out. She could try to run with the money. but she's still married. Divorce don't happen overnight. That takes 366 and a half days to process. And literally, if that money was removed, if that money
takes 60 days.
366 takes 360. It takes 366 days of separation. That the judge will ask you, have y'all been separated without any type of visible contact, unless y'all have to share a household, which I have separate bedrooms with no intimacy contact. Then from there, you would actually have to show the process of the money, finances, the allocated funds, and also the children and how y'all gonna have to separate the funds down the middle. I do this. I help men through family court, so I know the process very, very well, very well, all the way to the point where I fix these.
Seriously. I want to get Nicole's perspective.
What's up, Nicole? We didn't mean to overtalk you.
How is this stuff affecting you from a feminine perspective?
I would just say it just seems like sometimes the situations that we've been through is what is that's what is shaping us. That's what gives us our sight, our understanding, and if you're married to this person, you don't just, throw them away unless it's a dire, you give them a chance. I would say that it is a scary thing for a woman to be 100% trusting my life, kids, everything to this man driving. And especially if there is something going on that is happening with him, or just environmentally, maybe y'all don't agree on, maybe we should set this money aside for this, but he's not agreeing to that. Or you don't, like BMT said, you don't know the other circumstances. He just picked up the camera and just started going. You know what I'm saying? And that is true. I would not have put it on. It make him look bad. For even him putting that online. So it go back to what I was saying about the images that you put online. Why would you even go to put it online? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want your wife to be looked down upon or looked at in any kind of way? You know what I'm saying? He is supposed to be the protector of his wife and his kids. Why would he want his family? He just basically opened the door to all kinds of issues, as far as in men trying to push up on her, even, you know what I'm saying, the kids. It's just his motive behind that and what he was trying to do, I kind of look sideways at it for him putting it out there like that. And we don't know the circumstance and why she took the money, but you can get the money back. It's not stolen, as far as in, oh, I spent the money is gone. You know what I'm saying? I bought this car or signed it without you knowing it. You know what I'm saying? The money is just sitting over here. I think they just have a lot of issues that they need to work through. I think this community takes, and I used to do this too. Like sometimes when I hear people on panels or on lives and in the Red Pill and the Manosphere, and they play these videos can be triggering, and you don't even know context of this. You don't understand that situation. You don't know what's going on in that situation, and you're triggered for no reason. You see what I'm saying? You have these ideas and arguments. You don't even know the beginning or the end of a thing. And it tells us in the Bible that we're not even supposed to be doing that. We're not even supposed to be judging a situation if we don't even know the whole of the situation. All we are doing is throwing in our ideas, just like Brother Speaks. He's speaking from his own experience and yelling. You know what I'm saying? He's doing that from what he has experienced and throwing it in on this situation. Just like all of us really are doing. It's not really an actual situation where we actually know the beginning and the end. And I think people doing this for content, I think they just need to stop, because it's making us look even more negative. You know what I'm saying?
And this is going to be the last situation. I'm glad you pointed that out. Doing this for content. I want to show y'all this, and then this will be a good thing. Now, like I said, guys, dude, like all of us, like you just said, all of us got our experience. It's going to inform how we look at stuff. That's why I say like it's not demonizing nobody because everybody can make their own choice in how they want to do it in their life. I do, from my perspective, believe that there is a more effective choice because to me, I want to get my cake and the icing and eat it. So that's how I think winning is. But everybody, do their thing. And we're gonna learn from each other too. But no, seriously, this is a little conspiracy theory thing. I was gonna show the talk. I guess we could, what do y'all think about this little brawl, little Alabama stuff? Everybody been talking about it. The chairman beating people up. Do y'all think it's out of perspective? Because the white folks go clap back, and so y'all been making these people. These people, do you think they're gonna target these people?
Goddamn, bro! I never thought I'd see this shit happen in real fucking life. What the fuck is you talking about? Yeah, right there, nigga. Straight smoke signal. It's chestnut checkers. Big Body had to eat a couple of them, but
people playing games with it, turning them to superheroes. I mean, it's good. So I support it, and I support the, but it's just I don't know. It's kind of stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I like it, but I just don't like the fact that they turn it into like a game.
Yeah, it's too much celebrating over something that, look, they want to fight. Okay, they want to fight. Which, hey, I'm glad that the black folks defended their brother.
This is what I like. I like this one because they don't celebrate that big man. That big man was kicking ass.
Yeah, he just
big man was talking about the boy who swam across the water, but the big man, he was whooping Nate ass. Damn. But anyway.
He came for violence that day. He like, hey, we ain't gonna let that happen. You ain't gonna be taking out someone we know. And look, I'm glad that they stepped up, they protected each other. That's fine. But again, we're making more of a big deal out of it than what it is, which I think is not a kumbaya, come together Wakanda moment. They want to fight. This ain't the first time we've seen black men beat up white people in a fight. This is you can go on Instagram and see that. I can go on Twitter right now and see it.
So the chair, they done turn the damn chair. White people, when they come fight, they kill you. We be celebrating, getting beaten, punching people and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is like
they celebrate, they kill. They sit up there and corner your little kid, and then they be like 150 bullets in the windshield. Everybody dead. And we sit up here punching somebody, and we thought that's a big deal.
Kumbaya moment. I'm like, this is not, you want to fight. Big deal. I mean,
it's significant. No, but speech, it is significant because for a long time, we just been taking the L. So I don't want to minimize the significance, but I don't want to say that I don't know, it's just turning them to like super friends and
they're doing too much. If I get what you're saying, that's how I feel about it. It's too much on the left and too much on the right, because you see the people who are demonizing it like this is just like some horrible thing, and I'm like, it's just a fight. It's a fight between two groups. The black people got the better of them. I mean, it's not. I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah, we need to get some wins, but let's not like overdo it. Like, if you want build from it, if I guess in some way, hey, we need to come together and and actually do something. But if this is all you're going to just be on some Hey, look, we conquered white people. I'm like, no, because in this same while this was going on, you had that situation in DC where the black folks was asking for the National Guard to come in. Like, so I'm like, that kind of takes the wind out of the sails.
Well, they're going to do something to do that. So we already know that, it's just the history. That's why it's so important. That's why I always like people learning history, because we don't understand, like, they do that because we have had wins many times, especially black people here. We do fight back. So they try to pretend, everybody try to pretend like, and they've been sending this message around the world, like, oh, these race massacres, y'all was just running, and white people, we was able to just kill you when we felt like it, and it was just fun. You could just go inside your house and rape your wife and stuff, and you just get out and stuff like that.
It's like fear mongering. It's like fear mongering in reverse. Like, the white people do their fear mongering, but then we got black people doing the fear mongering too. Or it's like to insult the black man. No, you just sit down and took it. I was like, no, they didn't just sit down and took it.
Exactly.
They battled, they lost.
Right.
It's just
a lot of times, see, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of times they're not gonna say that part though.
No.
The reason why a lot of us still alive is because we didn't lose every time. And that's why I got that book. I've been doing some of those books where we shoot back. It's a book like that. This documents, like the many times where black people, white folks couldn't come into our certain areas. You know what I'm saying? They just couldn't, because they had sundown towns where we had to get out. But it's like they couldn't come into our area either, certain spots. And because we were shoot and kill them. I mean,
even now, in some in black neighborhoods, no white dude's just gonna come up there and just shoot a black person. Nobody gonna do nothing. No, I still remember a few years ago, the white militia, group tried to go into a black neighborhood.
It was Cincinnati.
They met them with the guns.
Was it Cincinnati?
No, this was in Houston.
Okay. Oh yeah. I think I remember some of that too.
Yeah, with Cornell X, and they went out there. Like, no, you're not gonna come walk with your guns in this neighborhood. You ain't gonna get no resistance. No, It's not like that. Yeah, I mean, some towns, probably back in the past, but if you look at Rosewood and all them places, they had to get heavy guns.
That's right.
To come in
there.
That's
what I was about to say.
They had to come with big guns to come take that town. They didn't just one white dude with a musket coming in. Oh yeah, and the black people ran. They had to get the whole fucking army over there.
But see, that's another thing too, Speech. Like I was about to say, just same thing you just said. Even back in Tulsa, like with the Oklahoma thing, with the Black Wall Street situation, the black people was actually defending that boy, because what happened was they say the boy, white women always lying, so they went in the elevator and said the black man was push up on her. So anyway, they seen how white people got, because there's a white side and there's a black side of town. So the black people start moving that boy out of because that's what we did when we see these white people trying to kill somebody. Let's get this person out of here. Let's save this person. We did these type of things. These are the various things that we did to defend ourselves. White people come over there into our part. The black people was shooting them in Tulsa. That's what was happening. Black folks was shooting them back. And so then, like you said, they came up with the little airplane with the bombs, the burning, and all of this other stuff. Yeah. And then they cut the telephone lines, and they try to they're real big on teaching, like controlling the narrative. They always been like that. And that's one thing we don't understand. That's why you got to learn that history, because Like these people they always been like that. This is way back from Roman times. They big on controlling what you end up thinking about this history. And it's just like this Montgomery thing. They don't like the way this thing is being taught. It's a win. They don't want you to have that because see, when you have a win, then you see what's possible. Then people start, it's a snowball effect. But when you always showing, we can always go on, what internet and Twitter and all that stuff show how much, black kids getting shot up and killed, and then black people shooting each other. They like showing that. We can always go see Sukihana. We can always go see something else, some black men cussing black women out. We can always see negative. They don't really like. I heard several people, Phil Scott and some other people, bigger media people, saying that even Sean King was like, "Oh, they won't let me share this. They won't let me share that. They won't let me show the video. They won't let." So certain people can show the video. This is what Phil said. Certain people can show the video, but we can't. I guess because he got like 1.5 million followers or whatever on YouTube. So it's like they're really controlling that narrative. That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. And like I said, these folks, they're going to clap back a little bit and they're going to do something. They got to think of what they're going to do. It looks like they got to take some time because it's got to be big, but, it is what it is.
Just watch out that the black man gonna be a predator. Remember when Michael Brown got shot up and everybody was coming together? Oh,
right.
Y'all, they doing too much. Y'all doing too much with this. These cops doing too much. All of a sudden, domestic violence in the NFL, and who was the face of it? Black people. The what was that? The other one was trying to think the other guy got shot up.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, black men, domestic violence. They the face of domestic violence. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, no, yeah, we have our problems, but no. I'm like, nah, bro. The highest domestic violence is law enforcement. And who is majority in law enforcement? White folks. So I even looked at that like, nice try. Then they're trying to make us the face of pedo. I'm like, no, it ain't gonna work. You can't make that work.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was gonna talk about this too. This these damn Nuwapians. Because that's what what's his name is? What's it? Polite? Polite is he's a Nuwapian, man. And I never got a chance to get around to it because to me, the man is in jail. So they got Polite sitting up there. Of course, they saying he messed with this young kid. And then, they put him in jail or whatever, and they're going to sue him or something. But, so it's a big deal. I mean, I don't know who kind of kept up with Polite, but Polite never really made sense to me. He never really.
I know he took a plea deal.
Yeah, his name Michael Novak. He said Polite surrendered to police, alleged sexual battery, 14-year-old girl. The evidence he produced is going to. He claimed he's going to be exonerated, but you took a plea, so you took guilty, and you know what that means. You decide all your resources, and you still going to take the plea. So okay. So there you go. You guilty because you admitted it because you took a plea. That's what I don't want to hear. No extra stuff out of Polite talking about because RZA didn't take a plea. They charged RZA. RZA Islam. Remember, everybody was making a big deal talking about they defrauded the government, talking about the drug treatments that him and his family, his mom was giving people to get them off of drugs. And he's saying that was a big old fraud, but he never took the plea, which 10 pleas or something like that. 10 times over 10 years, it was like 6 plea deals or whatever it was. And he never took it because he's like, I'm not admitting guilt because I'm not guilty. And guess what? They dismissed the whole case because they didn't have nothing. So polite took the plea deal. So I don't hear no mess out of his mouth talking about, oh, but I'm really not guilty. You know, I just did that.
He tried, and he was talking about, I think somebody was first reported it, and he was trying to make it like, oh, this guy's lying and all that. Like, no, dude, you took a plea deal. We seen that you took a plea. I mean, sorry, and it's not even the thing of this is not even him. It's his followers.
Yeah.
Like that's what bothers me. I'm like, you see this. This is not like, it's not magical. And as much as you want to say that the police did do some things to black folks, yes, I agree with you. My brother got hemmed up. My brother was in jail for over a year on a trucked up charge because some white chick lied and said that he kidnapped her and all that. He was in jail for a whole year and a half. They let him out probably three months ago.
And then what happened? Who he sued?
How you gonna sue? He ain't got no money. And who's gonna take the case?
Where's Ben Crump?
Yeah, where is Ben Crump?
But Lee Merritt is out there in Texas. God damn.
My brother just want to get the. Yeah, but this is the thing. So yeah, I understand that this criminal system is against black folks. Hell, my brother had an issue with the parole officer. She was trying to get him to go back to prison.
I gotta go. I would leave that whole state. Nope.
Yeah.
Bro, forget that.
If he had the money, he would be. He even left. Like he left Houston to go to San Antonio.
Oh,
he didn't tell us. But he should have. Yeah, I agree with you. I would have said, "Look, man, it's time to get out the state.
Let me tell you
make
something.
a new life, do something."
I was staying with my cousin in Alabama. I was 17. Yeah, I think I was 17. Me and my uncle took us down there to Alabama from Detroit. So that's the first time I've been down south. That's where my mom was born. That's where most of my family's from. Alabama, Prattville, Montgomery, Tuscaloosa, all that. So I'm down here, and we in a little country park called Prattville, Alabama. And this is the first time I seen roadblocks. I was like, what the fuck? What are they looking for? Somebody to escape from prison or something? Nah, they just want to see your license and stuff. I'm like, huh? I just didn't understand that. They just stop every damn body. Checking. Because they have the authority to do that. And that way they can mess with you. They can harass you if you're doing nothing at all.
Yeah.
If you're completely innocent. Unreasonable search and seizure. They get to do that to black folks because you're only 3/5 of a human being, according to their vision.
Yeah, and a lot of us don't have the money to fight the case like that.
Yeah.
So I understand that. But when you have a situation with Brother Polite, where even if you look at the whole case, they didn't arrest him immediately after this charge was filed. They investigated him for 6 months before they even put him in jail. They got all this stuff together. So there was no doubt. There ain't no way you're going to wiggle out of this one. So he had to take a plea. There was no choice. You either take this plea or you're gonna do some real time. I'm like, come on. So it's like we gotta have balance with it.
Well, yeah, definitely. The rule of law is the rule of law. I mean, it doesn't matter, I mean, the thing is, and see, that's one thing is we can't be like people. The truth is independent of the speaker. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we got to get, and that's why I don't like when they want to demonize. See, if I don't want you to accept something that's good for you, I want to demonize the speaker, and this is why I started off this program earlier. I started off on the Jay Morrison thing. Everybody hate Jay Morrison. This is what I don't understand.
Boy,
They hate
I'm
that
like,
he scammed. Look, listen. Let me finish this part. This is the part where I get a little triggered. It's because, and then if you defend the man, then it's like, oh, you worshiping him just because he got a suit on. You got to look at what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not moral. I'm like, listen, y'all not thinking. This is how when I showed earlier, you got other funds. People don't even look at the other stuff. There's other funds with the same exact rules as this fund. This man, the list of the properties is all here that this man done bought and invested in and stuff like that. Now, the fact is, he did not have experience. He didn't have experience. No black person had experience being a fund manager. And I hope everybody understands that. No black person, no, not one, not the educated, not the stupid, not the uneducated. There was no black person before Jay Morrison who was an investment fund manager. And a lot of people think that's why, to me, I don't understand why people not seeing. You can't just demonize this guy. First of all, he didn't do nothing wrong here. Now, he in the past, he did some bad stuff. Okay, so who hasn't? You can call that out. There's nothing wrong with calling it out, but to pretend like this thing that he did was actually a scam or illegal, that's where I have a problem with, is because that means no black person can do this.
Yeah, it's just like with Umar. I remember I did a video talking about, well, D. Durrell kind of severed ties with Umar, and he didn't go out there and blast him. He just said, "Hey, this is my reasoning." I had a lady get on there and say, "Oh, you're defending Umar. You're letting him scam people. You were supporting it." And I just wrote her. I said, "Well, ma'am, if you feel that you got scammed, go report him. It's not that hard. Go report him. People have. If that's what you feel. I'm not defending him. I've given money to Umar. It was a long time ago when he first started that. I gave money to him because I was a big follower of his.
I gave money to him too.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I gave money.
Yes, I gave the money.
That's what I'm trying to give people to see. Dude, speech to me, this is like, we talk a lot of stuff, right? And some of the stuff that we talk, it's just fun. To me, it's not that big of a, it's just our stuff. We can talk. We have no problem. It's not bad or good. Some of it is bad or good. But to me, if we get a chance to have conversations on community finances, to me, that's a big thing, because now you're spreading that kind of awareness. We're not talking about Sukihana and booty all the time. And we do need to talk about that stuff because we got to keep, standards and stuff. But I'm saying, if you also get a chance to talk about finances, if you're spreading around, like, this is, I'm just like, I don't know if people are getting it. If I convince you to not listen to a Boyce Watkins, I mean, people, just because he says something stupid and O'Shea don't like him about something, or he didn't invest in his camera good, or Boyce says something dumb here, or he said something dumb there, If this man is showing you how to buy stocks to somebody, and it's so easy. That's why they literally laughing at him because it's so easy. But
Yeah, I mean,
people ain't doing it.
But I think here's the thing. When it comes to spending money and flashing money, we can have that conversation. When you start telling people how to use their money, hey, maybe you shouldn't be throwing your money on these cars and these rims and these Jordans, and now people get offended. No, how dare you tell me how to deal with my money? But wait a second. Don't you want to listen? Whatever lifestyle, hey, whether you want to be married, single for the rest of your life, whatever you want to do, you still need to fund that lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the biggest things to do that is getting stocks, getting bonds, having a pension, having a 401k. That's the most important thing, because a lot of people, when they get older, they're hoping that their children are going to take care of them.
Right. Oh, I'm dealing with that now. I'm dealing with that. Keep going. I'm dealing with that right now.
Right. So you're hoping, and if your children are not in a position where they're good with their money, you're gonna be stuck.
Right.
Like my money wasn't where it needed to be, but my mother had to retire because she could not work. She was literally sick to the point where just going to work was just hurting her so bad. I had to force her to retire. And that's the job she loved. That was something she was doing for over 50 years.
Dang.
I had to, Mama, you got to retire.
Right.
You're literally going to work yourself to death. But my money wasn't where it needed to be, so it was a struggle. But I didn't mind that. You know, whether you're ready or not, it's got to be done. But the thing of it is, it'd be better if you have, especially your children or yourself, have yourself in a better money position, so it won't be so much of a stress on the children, where they don't have to be fighting on who take care of this day, who take care of that day. You have your money set so somebody could just come on in, they take over the finances, or you still control it, where, hey, you can spend it on bringing CNA in.
Right.
You can have it, and it's so much easier doing that than waiting to the last minute. And now your children are fighting because they ain't got no money, and you got to depend on the government to try to take care of you. Good luck with that.
Say that, Speech, because that dude, you speaking right into what I'm dealing with right now. Right now, my mother is a very strong mother, right? And the thing is, she actually wanted me to put this out here, Advanced Director for Healthcare, because our family is actually a young family. We're starting to get into the older points. I'm the oldest. And we're starting to get into this point where, you know, our mother, because we haven't had nothing happen to us. You know, our mother's always been strong and healthy. You know, the fathers, everything's been good. We haven't really had no deaths in our immediate family and stuff like that. We haven't had nobody on drugs. And now that we're having to deal with hospitals and deal with the various medications and handling all of these different, who's going to take care of mama, and then you got people fighting, not being able to handle certain amounts of stress and trying to raise money with each other, and then people, everything is popping off, and it's like, dude. So now I got, you know, then like I'm way here in California. All of my family is in Georgia, is in Detroit, so all that kind of stuff. So I'll bring my mama out here, then they mad because they can't access her.
Yeah,
I'm just handling it, which I don't mind, and handling the stress here. But you know, but the thing is, then you know, people trying to come out here and visit, and then trying to find places for people to stay. So all these logistical issues is what is very, very important. And that's why I said that's what's pissing me off when you got people like, to me, this pocket watch.
You represented it that way.
I can't stand it. 19. Oh, no, not that one. Nah, but the point is, damn, this dude, what's this? Him. This damn.
What you do is how you do it.
Ourselves, our African.
That JT pocket watch and financial planner, certified financial planner, he telling you something wrong with Boyce Watkins and Jay Morrison. He can critique him, but he just recommends you go to his real estate guy to buy his house. He just getting a referral fee.
Yeah, it's you got what you have is you got people who unfortunately trying to get they don't care about people actually getting out of their situation. Regardless how I feel about Boyce Watkins, and I used to follow Boyce Watkins too. And listen, I've heard about the things with the women and yeah, some of the practices that he might have done for them women is, I wouldn't say it's moral, but it doesn't lend to, when you listen to what actually happened, it's not illegal.
That's what I'm trying to get people to understand.
Yeah, it's
right?
not. It's, and I think what the thing is, we don't understand how, like you said, we don't understand how finances work.
There we go.
And because we don't understand it, we feel like we need to get on. We got to have our money right now. So because we just used to going to work at every 2 weeks or month, or every week, depending on what type of job you have, we get our paycheck. We get the money in hand, or you get it in at direct deposit. We're used to that. We're not used to waiting for returns. We're not used to having where the stock will go up one day, down one day, or if you invest in the crypto, it goes up one day, down one day. We're not used to that. We're used to seeing the money right here.
People to buy crypto. They told damn Tone Talk said Boyce was a scam because he told people to invest in Bitcoin.
And look at what Bitcoin did. It's still worth a ton of money. Regardless of how it's gone down to at its peak, it's still worth a lot of money.
Right. It was $7,000 actually, and then it went up to It's $30,000 right now. Plus, the thing is, the point is too, you don't see, a lot of people don't, like you just said, don't understand the point of investment. You invest not only to make money, that's where people get off the train. You invest also to produce something. You also invest for control purposes.
Right.
A lot of times they don't want your black behind living on their block, and they'll just buy that house.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth nothing to them right now, and they're losing money because they got to pay the mortgage, but it's losing money, but they control it now.
Right. Just like you buy land. So, right. Hey, in case, you might have to move out there. Because I said on another video, I'm like, when this whole thing with the pedo thing, they make that legal, yeah, you might want to be moving out in the country, get some shotguns ready, because it's on. The purge is coming.
Let me listen. Let's hear this real quick, because this damn Tone Talk. I don't listen. Do you listen to Tone Talk sometime?
No, I don't.
I really don't listen to him, but this dude, he's supposed to be advising people on finances and stuff. I don't know what people just listen to him talk crap about other people. To me, like I said, the stuff that Jay Morrison said and teach, right off his videos, I can get some to make some money. The stuff that boys do is very simple stuff that they do right on their YouTube videos. But you can use it right away and start learning how to make some money just off of that. I done took the little class one time. Now the thing is with the class, if you don't do what they say, then it's a scam because you ain't gonna get nothing if you don't. You're not gonna make money just from listening to the class. But what they're telling you in the class is what credit cards to get, what to say to the people, how to build up a certain amount in your lines of credit. See, what basically like what Jay Morrison do and what some of their other stuff do is when you buy certain of their classes, they're going to give you specific information and techniques. So over the period of like a year to like a year and a half, you're going to have a lot of credit limits. Okay. Now, a high credit limit, right? Now, if your mentality is already scammy, you're going to mess it up. And then you're going to get mad at them for teaching you how to get high credit limit because you scammy. Now, the thing is, though, but for the business owner, for the person who already got a plan, now that I done worked this thing up the way that they showed you, and you done got yourself $150,000 and $200 just in lines of credit and credit cards. Now I could go to Detroit, buy me a house, fix it up, and put some renters in there. Have them pay my payments. That's what he's showing you. And that's what exactly he's showing you. You got to pay for that part, though.
Right.
The stuff that you don't have to pay for, if you're not even trying to get to that level, you're just trying to just listen to them. They're making you listen to like CNBC stock picks, Bloomberg. He having conversation, and then of course he have conversations about Lizzo. He's talking about other little stuff that.
Well, you got to entertain the people.
Right. You got to mix it in. He's mixing in Kwame Brown or whoever. But the point is, like, if you just listening to that money part, he's telling you, I didn't know nothing about options and puts and calls, and people talk about how simple it is. Dude, I didn't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about that. I ain't gonna lie. Like you just said, I'll just go to work and get my check. Okay?
That's it.
Now, if you telling me, you showing me how to open up an account and automatically deposit, $5 a day, which basically like $35 a week, $35 every time you get paid for each kid, and don't touch it. Do that for 10 years and buy Microsoft, buy Google, buy Amazon, buy something else, Tesla, something that's big that people know that you feel is going to be around for a while, and don't even look at that stuff. In 10 years, you're going to have over $100,000, $200,000 in there, just from the investment and just from the little $35. Come on, man. But people who can't think like that, they think, oh, that's a scam. It takes too long. It's too easy.
It's like, yeah. But like you said, we don't understand money. We want it now because we're so used to that. And so anything that's different than that, and it's like, no, it's a scam. And it's like, it's just like I feel about certain dating coaches.
Right.
At the end of the day, you
get all that stuff.
You're gonna have to put in the work. What you get out of it is what you're willing to put into it. If you're not willing to put in the work into whatever they saying they're doing, then no, it's not going to work for you. And also, you got to it has to fit your life, what your lifestyle, your personality, all that fits in. So you just because, like for me, if I didn't have where I'm working with the state of Texas, I wouldn't have a pension. I wouldn't have had a 401k. They taught me that. Most of us, we don't have jobs where they have 401, pension, insurance, stuff like that. We don't know about none of this stuff.
Right.
And so when you're ignorant, of it, and you have these people, and you see that the oh, I'm not getting my money right now. Oh, it's a scam.
See,
never mind the fact that you don't have to participate.
Right. That's the point. Let me play this real quick. I want you to get it. This is Tone Talks, man. Oh, okay. Let me listen to this guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Boys, did you get your 10,000 out? I want to know those questions at least. Did your 10,000 come out? Because you said you special. You know, I'm Boyce Watkins. I don't know what that means, but you said I'm Boyce Watkins. Boyce told me he's special. Well, you gonna get some special treatment today. Let's talk about it. So this was announced, if you go back 2017 or 2018, around then, with this Shade Room post. And it had these two black people in the front of all these buildings talking about buying a town. It transitioned from that into a fund where we was asking black people, who me and Yvette were saying were largely wealthless, for the little wealth they had because you was gonna make them rich. Let's just talk. The reason it anchored is because people like the Shade Room posted it, but in addition, people like Boyce and Tariq vouch for this thing. They vouch for it.
Now, first off, he lied on Tariq Nasheed because he just hates Tariq Nasheed because his ADOS movement failed. But the thing is, Boyce vouched for it. Tariq didn't. Tariq gave to it, but he didn't vouch for it. He didn't say nothing about it.
Well, you know that don't let the truth get in the way of a great story.
Right.
You know how that goes.
And the thing is, he mad because two black people on the cover talking about buying a town. That's what made him mad.
Why?
That's what I don't understand.
I was like, wait a second. Do he not? You remember that story you did on Mason, Tennessee?
Right.
That was a black-owned town.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
I don't understand this dude. This is what pisses me off about this narrative with the. I played earlier, and I'm gonna do it just real quick. There's other. I'm just pulling this same one up that I did earlier, but anybody can go into a crowdfund, Fundrise. Okay, so I just want everybody to see, like, oh wait, I shouldn't have did that. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this is the same rules, okay? The same kind of fund. It's a real estate crowd fund. The very same type of investment, but it's white folks running it. It's white folks running it. And even what's up, Leroy? Hold on a second.
All right.
Even some of the white folks, because what happened is, and I showed this earlier, the white people, well, Obama actually did this to the Jobs Act in 2013-14. He opened it up for what they call unaccredited investors. So people, because before you had to have $1 million or you had to be getting $250,000 a year before you can invest in these type of infrastructure funds, because these are the type, this thing here, what Tulsa is, what this Fundrise thing is, these are the type of funds that actually you see when you're building up those apartments and stuff, like when people building up like public storage and people building up little stores and little neighborhoods and stuff like that. This is how it's done. These are the things they go around, they crowdfund, but they used to only could be able to crowdfund from people that make $250,000 a year or more, or you had to have at least $1 million. Otherwise, you cannot put into this here. And Obama allowed it, says, guess what? We're going to let everybody be able to, put into a real estate fund. He did that in 2013. So after that, you have stuff like this, like the Tulsa, and now people that's regular folks are being offered the opportunity. Okay, we can go ahead and put some money into it, and then we get a dividend. That's how they do it. But this is the problem. People don't know they don't know what's going on. So they thinking like, and then you got people who are reviewing these type of stuff. This is the same kind of fund. This Fundrise, they done got like $7 billion. So let me see. I'm just trying to see. Okay, so they first they came up with six. It's white people, so of course, they gonna have more money than us right away. But 506. They started off with a nice investment of regular people, but they basically the same age as Tulsa. They do the same thing. You can invest $500 the same way, $1,000 the same way. You cannot get your money back unless they approve it. You can't get it back for 5 years at least, and then you have to request it back. And it basically depends on the health of the fund. That's where it's about. And that's what these little so-called, these cheap investors are not understanding. You don't trash your fund. And then I showed earlier some reviews of the white people reviewing this Fundrise and all this different stuff. They some of them like it, some of them don't, but they never trash it. They don't personally attack the managers. They don't do that. They say, you got to be careful. You're not going to be able to get your money right away. And this is the rules. They just explain the rules. That's it. And they say, you probably don't want to invest if you're just trying to, do a flip. You can do that in the stock market. You can do that here. But if you're just trying to get some little dividends or whatever, go ahead and try to invest in that. They're buying up the neighborhoods in California. This is this thing and other real estate stuff like that. They're building a big building down there in Midtown Atlanta. It's a scandal with that. Did you know that, Leroy? Hey, Leroy, you on?
Yeah, I had heard about that. As a matter of fact, there's an apartment building going up in Midtown. As it's complete, $1,600 a month, 400 square feet. How you love that? You get a whole room for $1,600 a month. Prices are outrageous. Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. I'm not saying that's the same building.
You're not shocking me because that's actually normal. So $1,600 a month.
Yeah, out there in California, that's never been normal here. And this man, a 3-bedroom is almost $3K.
But guess why though, Leroy? It's because of these funds. This stuff here that we're laughing at, they're buying up all that property. That's why I told you I was about to buy a house in Atlanta, and I was like, damn, it's the same prices out here in California.
Exactly. But see, if you're out there, you can sell what you have because you've been paying into it, and the market is already there. You're gonna make more, and then you can come here and buy for a little cheaper. At least that's what it was. But from what you just said, seems like that's been flipped on its head completely. But yeah, man, I don't want to break the flow, but that video you showed where the young lady was talking about the age of provocateurs, you got to get back to that. I really want to chime in on that one.
The agent provocateur. Oh, which one are you talking about? The one where she was talking about
the white people tearing up stuff and then cops come up and protect them.
Okay, yeah, keep going on. Yeah, because that's another thing too.
Yeah, that is so revealing.
Oh, but what? I'm not gonna go. I want you on this because it is almost time for me to get out of here. But I know you're gonna like this one. We touched on this. UN speech touched on this earlier about what is pushing stuff.
indoctrination, the
The
grooming.
way they're just laying it out with ESG. Hold on, I can't just. This is ESG, so hold on. I can't show his content like this. This is Rogan. I know he'll strike me, so I'm gonna go ahead.
You would think that people that are, you know what? Before I even say that, let me say this: is it the actual content creators or holders or companies or whoever has the original content? Are they bringing the strike, or is YouTube doing it on their behalf? You see what I'm saying? So it could, but at 3 a.m. and you in Taiwan and you broadcast to him, is the content creator awake? You see what I'm saying? Right. Or is it something you sign off on? I mean, I don't have a channel. Is it something you sign off on in the many words you might not get to that where YouTube can issue a strike on your behalf and that way limit what is said, you know, where you can't rebroadcast or they're demonetized? I mean, it's such a crooked game. But the people who are pushing it are also pushing those agent provocateurs. They don't get out there for free.
Yeah, I think there's a computer. It's probably they have a computer program that sense like if you playing their material, and I think that's what triggers it. It's probably automatically set. Oh, I know, because I remember I was playing a Linkin Park video for one of my videos. I was immediately hit with a flag on Facebook. They shut that down. I had to fight to get that back.
Yeah. See, so it might be something that you sign off on, and you know they might have an algorithm for that.
Right. Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is.
And if it's that, then I mean, yeah, the person can strike it, but you know, so are they acting outside of that and still doing it on their own? Because who's checking them? You see what I'm saying? Nobody's checking them to know. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just think that is a real odd thing about this copyright stuff, because people play the Fair Use Act, and does that work? Evidently not.
It works sometimes. It works sometimes. It works a lot.
It depends. It depends on the content and who you're getting it from. Right. Like,
see?
Yeah, it just really depends, because you could put all that. If the people want that video shut down, they'll strike it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it's same with music.
So what's that? So what is that?
What?
I mean, that means no First Amendment, right?
Well, they don't want you to use the content in that way, so that's their copyright protection, because they have copyright law. So that's what they're doing. They want to use their content in a certain way, and the thing is, I don't have a problem with it, because the thing is, there are certain protections that you want to use to control your content. Now,
right.
And so everybody's going to do what they want to do. It's their decision how they want to control it. But just imagine if somebody was using your content in a way that you did not approve of, and then it's something that then they were making money off of it, and you didn't have access to that. So that's kind of
and that's when they ain't copyright infringement. But I just feel like YouTube is doing it on their own more so than the actual content holders.
I mean, it's no different than I was trying to think. Like, take an example. ABC did an interview with Mick Foley, if y'all know the wrestler. Okay. And they had a review. These guys was in the backyard doing wrestling. They jumped off a house to a ring. Oh. Now he made the comment that, that looked like fun, but then he went into, hey, that's not a good idea. They're not trained. That could get them seriously hurt. What ABC did was cut pieces of it and put it to where it looked like Mick Foley said, "Oh, that's fun. You should be doing that." So I think that's where, why they have that system, because you don't want people to be using it. Then it paints a narrative. Then they use it to paint a narrative of you that maybe you didn't say this, like some people do on YouTube anyway, where they take a piece of what you might have said. They don't put the full context of what you said and try to spin the narrative of you. So I understand why they do it. Yeah, do I think they take it too far and using it as a control piece? Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Which, as they should. People with power, they're going to use it.
Hold on, Speech. Careful.
Hold on. Listen to this real quick. I want y'all to get the reaction to this. And it's going to take a while because I don't know the exact spot that I want it on. But this is Bet David and Joe Rogan talking. So Bet David's going to do most of the talking. He's on Valuetainment. And you subscribe to that speech?
Valuetainment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I subscribe to that channel. I like the SOS podcast. It just that stuff be funny. It just exposes a whole bunch of people how crazy they really are.
Right. So it's a good. I think he makes good content overall for the most part. I got some of his videos they took down, but anyway, I just want y'all to listen to this part, and then it's a certain part that we're gonna stop it on that and get the reaction. But I'm gonna cover it up. Hopefully this works. And this is all fair use. So.
Okay. Hey, before you play it right quick, so just by putting that covering over it, does that protect you? Go ahead. Okay.
Yeah, and that's how I don't see it. You can't see him. I changed the content.
Right.
And that's semantics. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm just saying that it's talk about coloring outside the lines and for their control. But go ahead.
It's different rules between audio and video. That's probably why.
Yeah, just hold that. Hold it.
In regards to what? Why do you think they're doing? With the indoctrination, the grooming.
The way they're just laying it out with ESG scores. Why do you think they're doing
control?
Okay, so ESG scores. ESG scores. I gotta look at what that means, but I think it's environment and something like diversity and different stuff. It's ESG score.
It's go ahead.
So this is how they're controlling what we see. This is what the average person is not privy to. So when we looking at business and our larger business levels, and we start making judgments on people's character and stuff, we don't know what they're trying to avoid. But let's keep going.
Control what you want to do. I dictate the terms. I dictate the terms on what you need to do. Even when they talk about environmental, most of these companies are not doing anything to improve the environment. They use it as we're doing this because climate change is a real crisis. And we're being noble because we're worried about the future. But then behind closed doors, that's not what's showing up. We're just fighting after a score. When we were selling our insurance company, I'll never forget this. We're meeting with a bunch of buyers. Now, the company we built, insurance, the average agent was a 56-year-old white male. That was the life insurance industry. Think about a life insurance agent. What does that person look like? They don't look like this, right? Okay, so in America, it was 56-year-old white male. Well, I said, I'm going to go a completely different angle. When we sold the insurance company, our average agent was a 34-year-old Hispanic female. So I'm going and talking to buyers. One of the buyers we talked to, they're like, hey, we're having a hard time recruiting African Americans and Hispanics to want to come work for companies like ours. We need it because we need to increase our DEI score. What's your DEI score? And we show our DEI score. These are your numbers? Yeah. You see them talking to each other when we step out. Well, I think our board would like to learn a little bit more because this would be a great partnership for us because this can help us with our DEI score. You shouldn't buy us because
diversity score.
We're diverse. You should buy us because we're a good investment.
So the decision-making process is being diluted simply based on pleasing the people at the top that are giving these guys a score. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So versus go produce a better product, be more competitive, let the guys compete in the free marketplace, and let's see who wins.
And how long ago did this get implemented?
This is not something that's been around for a long time. ESG is a recent thing that they started. They originally started with something called a PRI, which I want to say, if you can type in ESG PRI, I think it's 2006, I want to say, when they started off with this. And then gradually, there is the HRC organization that was now given CEI scores, and then they started giving DEI scores. But it started off with a 2006 PRI, some of this stuff. And if you go a little bit further back, it started a long time ago by another person who wanted to kind of indoctrinate businesses, control businesses. They didn't like businesses that were having as much power as they were having. But it's recently that's turned into what it is today, where people are actually concerned about their scores.
And so you think this was a strategic decision to try to gain more control over corporations and to do so through the guise of social justice and environmental protection?
Yes. So think about, Equifax, TransUnion, and, what's the last one? I'm forgetting one of them. Equifax, TransUnion. Who's the third one that does your credit score? Equifax, TransUnion. There's one other one that does it, right? When you want to buy a house, if you got a credit score of 600, what are you going to do? You're not going to get that house. You're not going to get the best rate you want, right? So be like, I got to increase my FICO score. Why don't you come back a year from now, 2 years from now? Let's get a pre-approval letter based on your credit is improved and all this. Okay, that's okay, because we're getting responsible people to buy a house. No problem. I'll make my car payment. I'll do all this other stuff. But imagine if now they say, Joe, you don't have enough gay friends. You don't have enough gay employees. You don't have enough black employees. You don't have enough this. You don't have enough that. Then you're sitting there saying, guy, I'm just running a company. I'm hiring whoever's qualified that wants my job. It could be anybody that's qualified. You're no longer making decisions based on what's best for your company. You're making decisions because you want to get that loan. You want to raise that capital. You want to raise that money.
So I'm just saying that's kind of how they controlling a lot of these companies. And like he was saying earlier too, how George Soros and his thing, they own or BlackRock and all of these companies, Larry Fink, BlackRock, Vanguard, and one other company. They have a dominant, or they have majority share. Listen, think about S&P 500, which is the 500. Listen, think about that. 500 richest companies. The 500 richest companies on the stock exchange that are publicly traded companies. And these people own majority share. This means they control 88% of those companies. And this is George Soros, Larry Fink. These are people you don't hear about every day. That's your real president, your real vice president. Those are the ones who's running stuff. I mean, these are who you're working for. So when you're talking about where money is being invested, who's controlling what, and agendas, oh, this company has to do this, they have to do that. That's, those are those shot callers on that level. So what's your perspective? We don't have too much to say about this because they don't put this in our face. They got us on the level of bad bitches and, dope dealer and cop shooters. We sitting up here, and I understand we got to fight people. No, because we got to fight them. We're going to fight these people down there in Alabama, but you're not even thinking about those real people in those high echelons of power. You're like a little caged animal.
Right.
Yeah, but see, when you start to talk about these things, as a black man, I can say I get called a coon, and oh, you must be a Republican, or all this other stuff that has nothing to do with CBDCs or the ESG. CBDCs are the central bank digital credit system, and ESG is environmental, social, and corporate governance.
Mhm.
Well, whether I'm part of a party or not, which I'm not, what does that have to do with them screwing everyone? You know, and you bringing that to light. And, you know, those are the names that we should all be focusing on. But we have gatekeepers, as Ice Cube would say, that look like us. Robert Patillo, who's an attorney who said on his show weeks ago, nobody gives a damn about CBDCs. We don't. I mean, it's not credit. I'm sorry. It's central bank digital currency. He said no one gives a damn about that. They're concerned about inflation. Okay, yeah, they're concerned about inflation too. I am. I also have an eye on this, where they want to remove money completely, and what that actually means.
They get to pick who's the winner and who's the loser. If they want the men in probate court taking money from you, that's what they're going to promote. If they want to pay Suki Hana to do a video instead of Lauryn Hill or some positive girl, Akilah Nihanda, or somebody positive.
India Ari.
Yeah, they want to pay them to make music and be the culture. That's what they're gonna do, and they're gonna keep pushing that. I mean, you got Glorilla out here. You got now this big thing, this trend of people giving black folks money who are willing to get on camera and talk about how much they enjoy boo-boo eating.
Oh,
You know how disgusting that is? But now you're going to have the entire globe. You got to realize that this is global. And this is our image, just like Sister said earlier.
That's because we said in large part we set the culture as black people. I mean, without black people, there is no real culture.
Well,
no real flavor to the culture.
But at the same time, Leroy, what's happening is this: they're making, because we are largely controlled our image. You see, it's just like it says, okay, let's go take it biblical real quick, and then this, like I said, this is gonna be the last comments, but it's like this, the image and likeness of God, right? The image and likeness of God. See, God owned that image and likeness. It was God, good. It was the perfect. It was right. Whatever you want to say it was, whatever. But the point is, it was the image and likeness of God. Now these people get to control your image. Do you understand how valuable that is? That's what media is. And because our systematic foundations of institutions have been actually taken control of, because they had control of us for like 310 years, and when we start to try to rebuild our own stuff, they get a chance, because we were, when you're a baby, you start to rebuild. You don't got that much power. They just knock down every strong thing that we start to form. And so that's the reason why they focus us on the culture to the world, is because they get to control likely our expression. That's what they get to dictate. Like, we're going to pay money to this guy for talking about guns and drugs. And then, now everybody wondering why in the fuck we thugs. You know what I'm saying?
So Super Mike, in your opinion, like, do we even control our culture, or do they control it?
Okay, the image.
Yeah,
see, that's what I mean. So that's what we got to understand. So there's an image and likeness, but versus what's actually true. Right. That's why we're always coming up with new black people. Oh, black people hidden figures. You didn't know about these people. What about this black person who did this great thing? What about the black person who invented the folding chair? What about the black person who invented the light inside of the light bulb? What about the black person who calculated on the moon? See, that's your true culture, but it's hidden.
Mm-hmm.
The image of you, okay, and a lot of times some of us are influenced by our image. So sometimes we do dress like that, so it looks like it's true, because sometimes we talk like that and we'll dress in certain ways. But the real culture, the real day-to-day, your culture of what a lot of people actually do up in their house, where you going? You're going to work. You're providing for your kids. You're fighting to do what you do. Okay, this is your real culture. That's your day-to-day survival stuff. Okay, it's not on TV. It's not on TV. You know, like now. Well, actually, some of it is on Instagram and all that kind of stuff. You look at TikTok.
Instagram,
yeah.
And that's why manipulation is and lies are not as powerful as the truth, but they do hold a certain level of power, because I mean, from where I sit, we haven't been to the moon. So to show me some sisters you said that were involved in that, you know, and make a whole movie about it when it was never mentioned in all my years of going to school and learning about Black history, that shows me there's a sleight of hand at play.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's and that's why I said the manipulation is of that image, because the image, you know, is in his likeness, but when it's being manipulated by those who are against him, well, you know, you see what we get. They call Tyrone, where it's littered with conspiracy theories at the same time trivializing those same conspiracies.
Yeah, it's pretty much making it seem like, it's not real, it's a joke, haha, funny, but they slipping the truth in while making it a joke. So now you don't even care about it anymore.
See, yeah, that's what they do. And that's what they do. They see, like Bass Reeves. I mean, they keep telling you about Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, you know, what's the name? The ones, Rosa Parks. These are great people. So you can't argue. Oh, well, you saying it ain't nothing. No, they're good people. But then, but if you notice, they have a certain theme. So they're not telling you what to believe, but they kind of telling you what to believe by who they're presenting to you.
But look how all the, like Martin Luther King, his character is getting assassinated. Rosa Parks' character is getting assassinated.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they put them out there, then they put out their flaws or whatever, believed flaws or whatever bad that they say they did, and now they have us go attack them.
Yeah.
So it's not even them attacking them. It's us. We're attacking them
because we're confused.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. But there has to be room for the truth in this, because if there's something that is true in the past, you know, no matter how you view a person, it's true. You know, and that can't be discounted, and it can't be. I mean, maybe some can characterize it as an attack, but if it's a legitimate act or something in the past that you just now become privy to, I mean, and if that changes your viewpoint on the person, we have to have room for that.
Well, here's the thing. My thing of it is, they don't do that to their heroes like that.
See,
that's where my issue is. Everybody's up to critique. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have people critiquing MLK or Rosa Parks, all these different people. But when you do it to the point where you want to either minimize or discredit the stuff that they did, that's a problem.
Right.
The other folks are not doing it. Yeah, they may have their critiques, but they're not trying to destroy everything they did to the point where it's trivial. And you wonder, and like I said, they do that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm bad.
No, you good. I just want to interject and give you an example of what you're saying. Ray Rice and what's the guy's name who runs UFC? Dana White. They destroyed Ray Rice. His career. You know, he couldn't even get back to playing. And in the end, not only did he tell them the truth when it happened, his girl backed him up, who ended up becoming his wife. She was already his fiance. They just went ahead and tied the knot. We see Dana White slap his wife, and has anything happened to that effect? No. There hasn't been some talk. Very little. I mean, I ain't gonna say if any, because they did discuss it on TMZ. But what is a discussion? What happened to, you know, you need to lose everything and, you know, go home.
Only for you.
You can't be the face of you can't be the face of UFC anymore.
Here's what the cold part of that. Here's the even colder part. The NFL knew about it, and they dismissed it because they gave him his punishment. They suspended him the first time when it happened. When everything was found out, that even she came up and said, "Yeah, I didn't want to start a fight. I was coming at him. It wasn't him just beating her. It was these goofy white feminists that came after, oh, you didn't punish him enough. Not you didn't do this enough." So the NFL had to go re-punish him to the point where, like you said, he couldn't even come back and play football no more. It's like, but that's what they do.
Did the same thing to Adrian Peterson.
Well, at least Adrian Peterson came back. He was able to come back.
And
Adrian Peterson, I think there was another person they did that too.
Right. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna have to end up. I gotta make a move anyway. But we had a good discussion today. Like I said, you know, just share the message, keep talking. Let's try to deal with, you know, some of the issues. I mean, the discussion I've taught brings things to the surface. That's part of what comes out of there. And when we have these discussions, even when they get heated, we got to learn how to disassociate some of the core of our message. Like, we don't want to get feelings of betrayal just because people are telling the truth as they see it, just because it's hot. So what, you know, we gotta deal with that, and that's cool. Because the thing is, if you never have those hot discussions at any point in time in your life, you know, you might get surprised. You might not be able to, you know, really navigate properly. So anyway, I'm gonna end it off with this. Just like what y'all was saying, the stuff is happening. The reason why your enemy does things to you that they don't do to themselves is because they are your enemy. And just like I did a little discussion before, just because we have some white friends, just because some white people are nice, we sit up here want to ignore every damn thing because our friend is nice.
Right. Yeah, that's silly. I'm sorry. I see that a lot.
Cause my friends, now they're way, all white people ain't bad. Listen, ain't nobody say all white people is bad. Listen. We need to really understand this situation. Okay, he popped out. We just need to understand the situation that we in. Don't pretend like certain little racism's not happening. I'm gonna play this here, and then we're gonna get out of here because, like I said, I do have to get out of here. But you know, these type of situations happen all the time. Just like Brother Speech, you said something happened earlier. Let me Go do this. I don't know how to reverse it on Instagram though. So what happens? Let's try it. Let me let it go all the way.
Yo, they put him in handcuffs. He was just covering the dope.
Oh shit! Nah, it's messed up. Come on, Instagram.
Yeah, that's Instagram for you.
Damn. How did this happen? Bro, that's irritating. All right, let me go back to that again. That's crazy. That's so irritating.
Yeah, it's just like at my job. It works when it wants to.
Right. It's stupid. Okay, here it is. So what ends up happening here is that the boy just went out to take his trash out and the police arrested him. That's pretty much.
He don't, and he's getting harassed by the police.
He was taking out his trash, yo.
His dad's coming out to see why they have put his son in handcuffs.
So y'all seen the rest of it. Now, that's the reason why they can do stuff like that. They just come up to you, your kids outside, get them. And then you are powerless. Well, you're not really powerless, but the man is acting kind of crazy. He acting erratic too. But they say, oh, the boy fit the description. They actually talk to the child. No, he's telling his son, be quiet. Don't say nothing to him. He's trying to trick you. What's going on? They put the boy in the police car. Isolated the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Take him what you're subjected to. He literally just come out here and take out his trash. You send your kid outside to take out their trash, police got him. What? Period. And you coming out trying to do damage control. Where's your ID? Oh, I don't have it on me. Now you're in a life or death situation. You can't go back and get your ID. You might get a gun. So I got to pull my gun on you. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And this is why I remember like my mother, like one of my white friends, he would take me out to his property. He's way in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hey, I've known him for years. But don't think I wasn't looking at him when he took me out in the woods.
Right.
I kept my eye on him. Yeah, because my mother would say that, why'd you let him take you out in those woods? You say, do you think I wasn't looking at him?
See?
I don't put nothing past. I don't look at white people like, just because this white person did something good for me. Like one of my supervisors vouched for me for a job.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't put that and say, well, white people can't do nothing to you. I'm like, no. No. I'm like, no. I will never think that. I got too much history of white folks, and particularly white women, who have done stuff to my family. So no, you will never get me on that. Oh, all white people are good and all that. No, you will never get me on that.
Right.
Same way I feel about them like I feel about black folks. Not everybody all kinfolk.
Right.
There are people who will, if they can, they will do stuff to you if you allow it. So we just have to be careful with that, man. And you know, and don't be so naive.
That's what it is, naivety. A lot of people are so naive. But that's the last word. I'm about to end off speech. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for everybody coming up. BMT, Leroy, Nicole, and everybody that shares it and everybody that does anything. We ended it off.
Yo, I'm about to kick the dope. They been sleeping on Big 4. Nigga popped off with some Anna, so I robbed him for his camera. I'm a gangster motherfucker. Yeah.